The fact that this man just read off, "You'll never see my butthole," and I immediately went, John gets dressed dainty when after he has sex. Like, that was like, we know entirely too much. I knew exactly that you were going to do the squat.
Just so you guys know, you guys
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I thought he was too. I thought he was too.
No
I
way.
thought he was too.
He's all fucked up
Bro,
in here.
I thought you were going to say awesome. I was so sure he was going to say awesome.
This is a perfect way to start it. I thought you were going to be like, just to let you guys know, you look awesome. The gang is back together.
Yeah.
We're about to crush
Like,
it.
just so you know, you look horrific. You look like absolute beasts.
It's my fault. It's not your guy's fault.
Why would you even say that right now?
Could have waited for 2 hours. We're not going live. You know.
Just heads up, guys.
Just a heads up.
Just so
Everybody
you know,
go listen to
I
this
feel like
podcast.
we've all had like a good vibe this morning, and we've all been excited for the show. Just wanted to say before it got started, you're all disgusting. And everything you say won't matter. They're just going to say you look disgusting. Everything you're about to share with the world is useless.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's not even do this. Let's just shut it down. It's gonna be like when it says like did not play coach's decision. It's gonna be like did not record too ugly.
Just
Wait,
put
is
this.
it shadow?
John's camera looks pretty good.
Just do the fucking.
Just
all right, fine. Keep me normal. Put them like the Japanese porn dicks.
I don't even know what
Just
you're talking
pixelated.
about. I would imagine.
Pixelate.
It's so weird. They just don't show dicks in Japan.
Yeah.
What?
So like you
They
see
blur
everything
it?
else, but it's
Blurred.
pixelated when it's like the penetration
Oh
is
my
pixelated.
god, I'm thinking that.
I guess
from
they
an
also
editing
blur out the
perspective.
vagina.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like the dick. I'm like, that's what I really want to see.
But I think if it's just a girl, I don't think they do pixelate it.
Really?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's a dick thing.
I think it's a dick thing too. like this is what the boys
By the
want.
way, I mean, this always happens. We're just right back into it. I mean, right back into it.
So do they try and conceal? Did they just try and always have like a mouth or a vagina on it?
No, they
at
blur
all
like
times?
the
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing.
It's like whack-a-mole. There can't be a dick out just jumping on it.
It's like you'll just see like normal dick, normal dick, normal dick, and then it gets to the mouth, pixelated.
Oh.
Like they just don't show it.
Oh my god, that's an editing nightmare.
Big time. Big
Jackie
time.
thinks about that technically. It's like, oh my god.
The lighting and all that. It is a reunion edition of KFC Radio. The Knicks championship has inspired this, but I'm feeling like every few months there'll be something that's like, there's been a lot of moments that people, fans and myself alike, were like, oh, that would have been a great podcast conversation. Or like, oh, I wish we had KFC Radio because that's like the only place I could really talk about that thing, you know? But it wasn't a big enough deal to be like, let's get the gang back together. And I think there will be these instances where it's like, we got to talk about that. And obviously what I'm talking about is Terry Cruz's addiction to porn. Did you see that? When I saw that, I was like, we need to talk about the Knicks winning the championship, but I got to talk about Terry Cruz's ridiculous porn addiction.
To say what you were just saying, we should absolutely have a list of things. Because I remember, I still vividly remember a Mindy Kaling tweet where she was like, if The Office was still going, I wish I could have storylines where Michael dealt with, and it was like 10 things or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that would be awesome.
It's like Seinfeld in modern day. That type stuff too.
Like,
yeah.
I once we did this too, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, we're probably gonna do this at least every 6 months. So
You know what we should do? How about this? We'll have a group chat. You have to have some level of like, this would have been good enough on the podcast. And when we get to like 10 of those.
Yeah.
So that way it could be 6 months or it could be a week if there's like 10 amazing things. So yeah, some of those things jump out at me that I'm like, you know, yeah, I could make like a 1 minute man video about this, but it's better within the confines of this ridiculous show where you can say and do whatever you want or, you know, whatever. So, but yeah, we'll start with Knicks and then we'll get into the real important stuff with Terry Cruz. The Knicks is just something that I just genuinely, truly, I'm not just saying this. I just genuinely thought like this is never going to happen for me. I felt like like an old woman who like desperately wanted to get married, and you just have to be like, yeah, it's just not in the cards for me, or like I'm just not going to have a family, or whatever it is. You know, it's just like this is just not going to occur ever, and I've made peace with that.
First of all, how did it feel? Was it
congratulations.
everything you expected?
It was. It's a really unique one in the sense of I think we were into like cursed territory. I think you got to get to like 60 years for like a curse to to give it a name and to like have it be a national storyline. Instead, it was just like, oh, the Knicks suck. But I think 53 years. You don't just win this season. It was a culmination of like everything. That's actually why it really worked out well for me in the sense of like I'm not a diehard NBA fan anymore. I don't watch every night, but it almost like was okay in a sense because it was the old Knicks were in the building and they were talking about the new celebrity row compared to the old one and what were you doing in the last time they were in the finals and all those things I can do.
Yeah.
Like next year, I think it's going to be like if you're not really watching this team, like you can't join in on the fun. This was cool because it was like. Everyone can join in on the fun, whether you were watching or not, because it was all of the Knicks, it was all of New York City, it was the underdog story, the likable team, the guys who do it the right way, all of that. So that was a very unique experience in that, like, it wasn't just like we won. It was like I'm thinking about like my brother's friend who died, and I'm thinking about the people who couldn't make it. And my kids were the same age I was when the Knicks first made it to the finals, and I was thinking like, man, I never thought to myself, oh, this is never going to happen again.
Yeah.
So all of that, it felt like a relief, and it felt like this culmination. And I knew I was going to get emotional after Game 4, after the tip-in game. I was watching OG's press conference or post game, and they were showing pictures of Cat, and his mom died, all those storylines, and I started to tear up a little bit then, and I was like, oh boy, if I'm tearing up in Game 4, like, it's gonna be. And I felt so ridiculous being emotional about it, like it's so silly, but it's real. I mean, it's genuine, It
is insane that, like, you kind of start laughing. You're like, this is crazy.
I
this
did.
Is crazy.
I said, I'm being ridiculous.
Is this
now.
happening?
Yeah.
But then you, like, think about it realistically as well, and you're like, this is what I've cared about the most in my life.
Yes.
Totally. Like, since I was a kid, this has been the most consistent passion of mine.
Right.
Yeah, shedding a tear is like makes a lot of fucking sense. Like, it's caused me so much heartbreak, so much joy. Like it is.
It's just a fact.
Yeah,
and it's. I'm not saying that it's
silly.
Smart.
Like, it's silly.
But
it's silly. But it is 100% a decades-long relationship you have with this organization. Yeah, man,
it's going to affect you emotionally.
It's like symbolic of everything. Like you're
Yes.
always kind of like you have a mush. You know,
Yeah.
like,
No, I mean for me specifically, for everybody it's a big deal. But like, it's crazy to say that like your sports teams playing well or not playing well has a massive effect on your life here. Like it affects your career.
Not like your life. I don't even think if it's your yes, you definitely live your life here, but I think it's your life everywhere.
Period. Yeah.
I genuinely think like if that's what you care about.
Yes.
If what you care about is something, if you don't give a fuck about sports, then no, it doesn't affect you.
Right.
But like whatever you care about, it affects you long term.
It's like I always say about like the brain chemistry of it, where it's like, when you see some kid who's stressing over their math test, you're like, come on, that ain't real. Like,
yeah.
But in their brain is like whatever's going on in their brain is saying this is the scariest thing that's ever happened.
Yes, yeah.
So they're going to be upset or scared. And with the Knicks, it was like I have been telling myself for 40 years that this is what matters. It matters.
Yeah,
it fucking matters. And like, I mean, especially any of my teams and any New York fans. I think specifically like my age too. Bit older than me, you probably witnessed the Mets championships and remembered them. The Knicks championships in the 70s. Like you probably have a little bit more of that in you. Whereas like my age is like nothing but losing for all of our teams. And I think we were like the oldest of the generation that like still saw nothing. So from Jump Street, Clem especially, he's like a couple years older than me. He was like, my first like real memories are Michael Jordan, like just dominating us into Reggie Miller and into this and that. So yeah, it was a big culmination. The Game 4 was almost that was I think that's what's gonna really be like my memory when I ended up back at Caitlin's house was that night.
Was
oh, I mean that was straight up like an episode of television. That should be like a scene in a movie.
Have you told that anywhere?
No, I did a video of it, but I wanted to really tell it here because I have trying to cram it into like a 3-minute video is tough. But the whole thing, this has always been a thing at Barstool. But I think as we've all gotten older and now people have families, it takes on a new life. There's always a feeling of like I have to do Barstool work versus actually enjoying the games.
Yes.
And that used to mean like going to the game or going out to a bar and you have to do streams and blogging. It takes on a whole new meaning when I was like, I want to have some memories with my kids of this championship. So, but I'm also like, this is work that takes precedence. And So I'm trying to figure out like which games to do at home, which games to do at work, and this kind of broke perfectly where it was like the Knicks are up 2-0. It was game 4? It was game 4?
Game 4.
Yeah, so
Game
they were
2-1.
They were 2-1, and I'm thinking either we take a 3-1 lead and we're good, or like shit's really about to hit the fan. Either way, this is not going to be a clincher, so I'm going to watch with my kids. And the local movie theater rented out the movie theater, and they played the game on the big screen, which is an awesome idea.
Wow. Yeah.
I did that with the Mets like 15 years ago for like a regular game, and ever since then I've been like on a crusade to try to make that happen again. And the fact it was like our local politician made it happen, and I was like, if this is a thing, I would watch at a movie theater all the time.
Dude, watching shit in groups rules.
Awesome. And it's also not a bar. You can bring your kids and your nice chair, all that shit. So stars aligned, and I'm thinking me and my kids are about to have like an ultimate night I'll never forget. Shay's going to be here. Keegan's going to be here. We're going to watch this game together, and it's going to be, like, amazing. And we get there, and Shay is like, I'm going to go sit in the back with my friends. And Keegan's, like, wrestling and running around with his friends. And I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm just watching this game by myself in the movie theater. and all the other dads are there.
I got my bunch of crunch.
They did change, though.
Yo!
They are not. It's not good. I didn't
You've
do
noticed!
I didn't do the research like you did. All I know is that as I was eating it, I was like, this is not hitting like it used to.
But there also are old recipes out there. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
They're not important. Continue, please.
But it is important. But so... and the other dads are there, and they're like, yeah, come sit with us. But I'm like, I'm a psycho. You guys are just, like, having fun. I'm, like, freaking out about this. I'm worried about work. So anyway, fourth quarter hits, and all the families were worth go home because all these kids are young. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and the moms are like, we're getting the fuck out of here. So it's just us. Shay wants to stay, and I'm, like, on the fence. One of her friends is with us. So I'm in charge of a kid I don't even own. I got two tired kids. And it's like a 15 to 20 point lead, and I was like, this might be an epic comeback, but it's probably just gonna be a loss. So let me get going. So and as I'm driving this kid home and taking them back to their mothers, the comeback starts to happen. At the same time, Caitlin is texting me. She's putting her newborn to sleep, and he's having a tough time. So they've been up all night. It's now like 11 o'clock at night, and she is like, I've been up for hours with this kid. She says, just bring Keegan and Shay home. Have them go right upstairs to Keegan's room. They can sleep in the same room tonight. Just keep them quiet. We can't wake this baby up. I'm like, cool. We get in. There's about 3 minutes left, and it's down to like 3 or 4 points. And I was like, I ain't going anywhere. Because I was like, can I get to that bar quick enough? Can I get home quick enough? And I was like, there's no way. There's only a couple minutes left. So I was like, yeah, I know you wanted us to be quiet for your baby, but we're now doing a Knicks watch party in your living room. And so me, Shay, and Keegan, and Caitlin's man, we're watching the game, and we're doing like the like trying to stifle it, and but I can tell that we're just it's a older house, it's creaky, I was just like, we're waking this fucking baby up. And I eventually start to hear like the footsteps coming down. And at this point, there's like a minute left. And I'm like, I'm about to get kicked out of this house as it's ending. And she would be totally justified. Like, I mean, yes, we have a history together. But what this is basically someone who doesn't live in this house is coming in and ruining bedtime with your newborn and your toddler. Like that, I always say, like, nothing takes precedence over the kid's sleeping schedule. And so I was like,
that was such a parent statement. Like knowing that we are like, sure, we have a history together. Sure, yeah, we know each other, I guess.
But I'm basically like, it would be the same thing as if her neighbor walked in the house. It was like, want to watch the Knicks? Like, no, the fuck I don't. Get out. But so I hear the footsteps coming down. I'm like, I'm in so much trouble. She's got the baby in her hands, and he is like this, wide-eyed, and she's like, this fucking kid ain't going to sleep, so let's do this. And it was like the last minute of the game. The OG tip happens, and we went like nuts. And it was probably like the nicest moment all four of us have ever had. I honestly, it's kind of sad to admit it. It was probably like the only time we've ever done something like that. But I was like, I did not have that on my bingo card. Like somehow, some way, the Knicks winning that game came second to like what I did with the family celebrating that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I just did not see coming. So we got to yell and scream and like hug and jump around. And then
even before that, isn't like almost like trying to hide the excitement fun too?
Oh my god! and
it almost
watching
makes it better.
I also witnessed
Sounded
like
perverted for some reason. Having to hide your excitement makes it better, doesn't it?
It's bad. It's naughty.
Oh, and then when you get caught, that's the best.
So anyway, I'm in the living room coming, and but I did witness like the birth of two little like sports fans psychos, because like Keegan was like, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous, Dad. I'm so nervous," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, I know. This is sick, right?" He was like, "No, I meant like sick, like it's sick in the head, you know." And he was like, "Yeah, what are we doing?" I'm like, "This is how it goes." And Shay is feeling the same way, and I was like, even when on for the clincher, I FaceTimed with the kids, and I said, I was like, I want to be on the phone with you, but I'm still on the stream, so we're just gonna stay quiet. You can see me, but like let's just not say anything till it's over. And within a couple seconds, Shay goes to me, "Dad, I gotta call you back. Your stream is ahead of ours. I don't want any spoilers. See you later."
way.
She hangs up on me. I was like, "Wow, you really are my kids." Yeah. So they got the sickness just like I do.
You see that Shay's normally more into it than Keegan, right?
Yeah. So yeah, she's all about it. So it had like really genuinely great family moments in Game 4. The phone call at the end, I think I scared them. I was crying so much. Keegan on FaceTime was like, and I had to be like, it's okay. And I saw some people be like, if I ever saw my dad crying like that, like I would like lose respect for him, or like I would be weirded out. And I was like, I don't know, maybe he did, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is not like Game of Thrones, dude.
That would be so funny. Like in your eulogy.
It's like, but then he cried.
But that time he cried about the Knicks.
I never spoke to him again. That pussy. But yeah, so then the win happens, and it was that was like real waterworks, because it was just it feels like you're in it yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was very strange though that there was so many beatdowns to lead up to it, that like the baseball watches, I feel like I played a baseball game. I'm like, I finished, I'm like sweating, I'm tired. Most of those games were a fucking breeze leading up to the finals, so it was kind of a strange experience in that I was like, have the playoffs even started? Oh, we're in the finals, you know?
Yeah.
But it's fucked with me a little bit. Like the Knicks were like, that was my team in the 90s and early 2000s. Like maybe even more so than the Mets, because I just like the sport better. So like getting to get back into basketball like on that level was really fun. But it also really fucked with me for the Mets, and well, not the Jets, but more the Mets, where I was like, I was really kind of ready to not to give up on those teams, but to stop being a psycho about them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can't, because if it happens, I mean, the Knicks, I like genuinely thought like this is now.
Yeah, that guy digging for diamonds meme.
Right.
Like, I'm right there.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy turning around. So we'll see, how. But like, I can't even watch baseball right now, dude. Like going back to Mets life, it's like straight Cinderella.
But you're still in.
The clock struck.
No.
What are you gonna say? Like, you still get the wild cards? What are you gonna say?
No.
Oh,
I don't know anything about that. I mean, are you still in like celebration?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like,
you're not supposed to be back in Mets
no
mode
way.
yet. No.
And the lockout's coming next year. I may never watch a baseball game. That might be it. I people are talking about like what the Knicks are gonna do next year. I'm like, I want a lockout in basketball. I want to just. I don't want to watch sports again. I want that to be the series finale of sports.
Dude, going on the run next year is fun.
Yeah, that part's pretty cool.
Now next year you get everyone's best shot.
Yeah.
You get to go everyone like you want a shot at the champ.
Yeah.
You get to do that 82 times. Oh, this was your championship. Every time you lose.
Yeah.
Oh,
we never got to do that.
This was your NBA championship.
We never got to do that. Dude, there's so many things that like I would text John and be like, so how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm in uncharted territory. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do. I don't know what parades are
you
like.
You get to go on a losing streak. You're like, wake me up at the fucking Eastern Conference Finals, dude.
Come everywhere. I could be one of those guys. Like, I don't even start watching until June.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a lot of fun.
Honestly, from like watching from afar, and it was afar, like the Brunson shit feels real. Like I feel like I'm like that's what it felt like. Like watching like Game 4, Game 5, like that's what it felt like watching Brady.
Okay,
where
so
you're like, oh, he's just gonna do it. He's just gonna do it himself.
When I made that video about Brunson and Brady, and I sent it to you, were you like? At that point, were you feeling it, or were you like, "This is"?
At that point, I hadn't even seen anything.
Okay,
at that point,
that's a very interesting way to like bring it all back to Barstool. Was I was on Pick Central with the guys, Sports Central with the guys, for the Knicks run, and I was saying like, I think Brunson is one of the best players in the league, like top 5 type guy, tier 1, and and Clemmer, and then we're like, well, like you would trade him for SGA, right? And I was like, no, I would not. And it was one of those discussions where I was like, you guys are so crazy and so wrong, and they feel the same exact way about me.
Yeah.
And when those kind of conversations happen, like somebody is colossally wrong, you know? And it really made me think of the Tom Brady conversations we used to have about Andrew Luck, when me and Dan were like, you have to trade. He's younger, he's better, Brady's older, and you guys were like, no fucking way. Yeah. Obviously you were right, we were wrong. And I was saying, oh my God, Brunson is my Brady. But when you say that, at that point, a guy who doesn't have any rings, and you're talking about a guy who has 1 million, I was like, maybe this is a reach. But by the end of it, I think he really does have those Brady vibes. But there are still people discounting him.
I was definitely looking at it through that lens,
right?
So like it made it easier for me to make that jump, probably. But like, it definitely feels like, again, watching from afar, it feels like that kind of thing. Like, well, this guy does this better. It's like, I'm talking about a whole package.
The whole thing.
I'm talking about a feeling that you can't fucking talk.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't show up on paper. I'm talking about like what it does to a city, what it does to an organization, what it does to a fucking locker room.
Tell him.
It's
Tell him.
different.
Get
It's
him.
different when you have one of those
Yes.
guys. You feel it. You just feel it. You know when you have that guy. You know when you don't have that guy. People use it loosely. They call it like people started throwing around GOAT too much, and now they
Yeah.
throw around he's the guy too much. There's like
There's
five
only a
guys.
couple guys, yeah.
There's not a lot. You
Right.
fucking know it when you have him on your team. I am not a basketball
He's that
expert.
guy.
It felt like it a little bit.
I mean, from the pay cut to the leadership off the court, like the vibe he gave, and then the clutchness, like the shit he did in the fourth quarter, it's like Michael Jordan and him.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, I'm gonna take that guy. And like, yeah, okay, this guy.
We were texting about it. It was
you
like,
said it best.
well, Rodgers has a better arm. Like, I don't give a fuck about an arm, dude. I'm talking about something bigger than
the
that.
way you said something like, the way you worded it was really good, where it was like, my guy does this and your guy does that, but like, I'll take the guy who's clutch and does all the other stuff like pretty much the same
Yeah.
way. You worded it a lot
I
better.
forget
It
what I
was
said
much more
too,
succinct, but it was like,
I'm
yes,
sure it was
this
fucking
guy,
eloquent as shit.
It was. It's like this guy might be a better scorer, or this guy might be taller, but when you add it all up, I'll take the guy who's like clutch and intangibles and all that along with the play.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things where people hadn't seen it yet. Because did you watch it all?
Yeah.
What did you
like
think
the
of
last-
I found that non-NBA fans diving into this were like, the Knicks are so likable and fuck Wemby.
To me,
And the basketball world was almost the opposite. Like,
as a non-basketball guy, being in the city, it felt to me like being in the city for the 2011 Bruins, which was, in my opinion, such a clear line of, this is the good, likable team. These are the villains that like the league has crowned, and they're a bunch of French fucks, and they're annoying, and they're little pests, and like they are incredibly hateable. That to me is what it felt like with the Knicks Spurs. Felt like Bruins Canucks.
As like a
But I'm also
New
narcissistic,
Yorker?
so I relate everything back to myself.
As like a non-New Yorker, I like that it was like I was so clearly bandwagoning, and like I really was like just when OG did like the little tip, whatever. That was when I was locked in. Obviously.
if you weren't by then, that's
Yeah,
the deal,
but like
The last 60 minutes, I was pretty dialed.
I feel like if I was talking to actual Knicks fans, I'd be like, "Are you annoyed that I'm like that everyone's so clearly bandwagoning?" And everyone's like, "No, it's like I don't know, it's New York," and that's I felt like was the vibe of like that is what New York is about, and made me feel so much prouder to like live here right now because I bandwagoned it, or I was so much more rooting for them because I was like, wow, they're so inviting because that's what the city is all about.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot
I
of
love that.
it's very rare that you're like a full ass New Yorker. Like most people come here, move here, and then adopt it. So there's always an element of that. And I also bandwagon to me is like I've always said I want bandwagon fans because that means your team's doing something worthy of bandwagon.
It's something that like if your team, if an opposing team, that fan base, they will try and use it against you.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's what happens with good teams.
And that's the
people get
but
interested in
that's
it.
the
Who aren't
game is
usually
like
interested.
when you're on the wrong side of it, you make fun of the bandwagon.
Yes.
Even though you know it's just the game.
Yeah.
I thought there was an element of like I by the end of it I had a lot of name as many bad Knicks as you can fatigue. I was like, we get it, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
What was that?
It was just a thing that like really it was like a meme almost to be like, this is for Langston Galloway and Chris Knox and you name all the bad players, and it's a way to be like, I was watching when they were really bad.
Yeah.
And it was good in the beginning, and then by the end of it, it's like down to Mom Donnie's speech. He like lists all these people, and I was like, all right, we get it. So there were
Mom Donnie's speech going in, both of them I thought were perfect. Him and Dolan, exactly who they should both be.
Dolan's such a fucking asshole, man.
I thought,
I don't need to do that shit.
Like 9 minutes was insane.
Way too
I
long.
thought the 0.4% part was good. And then Dolan getting up there, I don't need your vote. If you were real, you know what happened. Go Knicks. I was like, what a billionaire cunt. He's awesome.
You really fucking, that was the only thing I was a little like. The vibes of it just being parade day were awesome. I thought the actual like ceremony and shit was a total bust.
Wait, sorry, did you go?
Okay, let's talk about that. So I in like typical fashion, like anytime I need to do something big at work, like everything in my personal life goes to shit always. So I wanted to do the parade. I didn't want to do the parade. I felt a need to do the parade.
The parade, when you texted me about that,
I said to John, like,
surprised.
do I have to go to this or not? Like, because it was a logistical nightmare.
that would be something I'm like,
And then I thought, I was like, I have to do this. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, John and those guys were usually blogging during the parades. Like, they don't ever seem to be like, oh, I missed the parade. But then I was
think
like,
the Bruins one's the only one I ever did.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. But I just felt like this really might be a once in a long time thing. And if I'm just gonna let like a crowd and maybe a weather like stop me, that's lame. You know? So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I got a hotel downtown for me. I was going to bring the kids. So I was like, we're going to sleep downtown and we can just like roll out of bed and we'll be right there. And then I had like a little family emergency that night and I couldn't make it into the city. So Clem took the hotel and I was like, I'll just wake up like mad early and I'll go. And it ended up like Caitlin was sort of like, it's kind of dangerous with the kids and it's going to like ruin the time. And then I was like, all right, I'll just go by myself. And by the time I was even just getting into the city was when they were like, it's shut down. So then Hubs was like, by the way, I'm like best friends with Hubs now. That's what's so weird about the Knicks is like you're talking to people you never talk to and celebrating with people you never celebrate with. I'm like, I talk to Hubs every day now. Not that we weren't friends before, but it's just like way more now. Hubs was like, we're at White Horse Tavern, like just come to the bar. I didn't know there was 2 locations. There's 2 White Horse Taverns, and one is by like the meatpacking district. And
that's one I know,
right?
Yeah.
And I thought they were like, let's get away from the mob a little bit and go there. And I was a block from that spot.
This was
on parade day.
Oh God, okay.
So they were like, we're just gonna go to a bar and like enjoy the city. Yeah. And so I was like, oh my God, this bar's like a foot away from me, like perfect. And I park and that one's all boarded up, like locked up till later in the afternoon. And there's one like next to the parade route. I was like, oh, that makes more sense. So I didn't even, by that point, I was like, I've struck out with the hotel. I struck out with the parade itself. Now I struck out on the bar. 3 strikes, I'm out. I'm going home. Hubs was like, where are you going? I was like, back to my fucking house. I had the sign, the McGillicuddy sign. I got a couple pictures of that. I'm out. So that was like, the last thing I probably ever want to do is get in a big crowd of people. Period. I don't want to go to a bar or a club or anything online or any of that shit anymore, let alone that craziness. So
remember when that guy came in?
Oh, I forgot he came here. Yeah, that was the
top 10 most uncomfortable I've ever been.
I think I like blocked that out as like a trauma response. I don't have to think about it.
Perhaps I was just in the corner like.
I was recording and then I just turned it off halfway
there
through.
Was some joke he tried to me that was like particularly bad. Remember? It was like he tried to dunk on me and it was just like.
Yeah, he was sweet. Like I felt bad. Like it's a really intimidating setting to come into. Too, but like he should have just leaned into that because he was like shaking, and I did appreciate that he was like trying, like he had to be like
he's playing
he's playing into that, but he was just clearly too nervous for it, so he was like shaking, being like, and you've never won.
That is correct. Yes, you're right. You're not wrong. It is so funny when it becomes like a we and a you and me. It's like we're just watching the team play. Like none of this is real, but it is real. So anyway, that was the day.
You were at the parade, right, Paz?
I was at the parade. Yep.
Wait.
Oh, or no, hop in. No, Jackie, you're good.
Was it as chaotic as it looked?
So I woke up around 6 and headed towards like where the Canyon of Heroes is, and by 6:30 I was a mile away, where you couldn't even see him with binoculars if you wanted to.
Crazy.
So then I had like a group of 10 with me. I said, let's just go back to my apartment. I get back to my apartment and all of the championship buses are like right outside like my driveway to get in. So we're like, let's just hang out here. I'm sure that because they were at the Ritz, I believe. I'm sure that they're gonna like come up to the picked him up at the Ritz. And then at 10 o'clock, Brunson walks out, Hart walks out, Mike Brown, everyone's doing the Who Let the Dogs Out to him. It was just like we had basically our own private watch party of the parade, which is like
so
more than
sick.
you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't on any of like the maps or the charts they were giving them, obviously on purpose so they could get to their like buses and everything. But it was incredible.
That was a great spot. I think I'll probably murder Jack Mack with my bare hands for just like on the day of the parade being like, oh, my apartment's right in the middle of the parade. I didn't even think of that. All week, everyone was like, so what's the play? What's the move? Do we know anybody with an apartment? Do we know anyone with a rooftop? And then Jack Mack's like, here's my front door, and like, here's Jalen Brunson. I was like, what the fuck, man? Couldn't have just lobbed the heads up?
I was texting Clem. I was like, wherever you are, you got to get to me in 5 minutes. Like, but he was like, I got a pretty good spot. Like, I'm gonna just stay.
Yeah,
here.
he
But it
was a
like,
little
the
like
best.
that. The hotel we got was like right off of Broadway, but it was on like the other side. So like all the madness was on this side of the street, and it was kind of like just empty over here.
Really?
He was like, I feel like I'm in like backstage or something. It was a very strange vibe. But yeah, I mean, like it was all about if you picked like the right spot or lived in the right spot or just got lucky.
Just got
'cause
lucky. Yeah.
Some of those. I mean, the imagery, dude, of all those people.
It's crazy.
I mean, we said it forever. Like one day someone will get this done and they will be an immortal in this city. And it happened. And I would imagine guys like LeBron and Kevin Durant and all them are like happy with their decision. They don't really fucking care at the end of the day. But I wonder if there's a part of them, of anybody that was maybe like, damn, that could have been me, man.
Yeah.
Because they're really like, everybody has a parade and all that shit. But I think we can all agree, like what happened in New York.
It was godlike.
It was
like
you're coming home from war or something.
Immortals were walking amongst us
Yeah.
for one day. It was crazy
I mean,
to watch.
the amount
Yeah.
of people, and I know there
Did
was some
you-
incidents, but and more so during the games with all the fighting and the riots and shit. When you add, if you talk about like proportionally speaking, it's 0.4%. Like it's a lot of people and only a few instances.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that because I was in Chicago for the dozen last week, and a lot of people were like, "What is it?" Like asking me like
Yeah,
they looked like they were from war,
Right.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they were like, "It looks crazy." I was like, what are you seeing? I don't know what you're talking about. It's awesome. Like
Yeah.
it was a very cool, unbelievable vibe in the city. I thought it was very positive. Even like I live downtown, and like when they won, I heard like a roar,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
went out to my stoop, and like people swam
In
like
the
poured into
streets.
the streets, were
Yeah.
going crazy, and like 100% party vibes. Like I didn't know. Someone was like, "It looks like Gotham City out there." I was like, "I don't know what you're. I don't even know how to combat it because I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about."
Well, was it game 2?
Like, do we just have, because we live in New York, we have a more positive algorithm? Like, why?
I think that they're just
didn't-
seeing the
I
worst
saw-
shit on.
Well,
online.
I think the internet is
But I
really
saw
the-
I saw someone rip out a bus stop. I saw like
you know,
Yeah.
there was after one of the games they were stealing jerseys off of Spurs fans. That was bad. There was one night.
oh, Glennie was telling me he was down in San Antonio, and he said that was dangerous. He was down in
Yeah.
San Antonio for Game 5, and he was like, state troopers were telling him go home.
Yeah.
because they were like,
I had a
It
buddy
turned
that
into
was
like a
like that.
gang thing almost.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So that-
but
that
I didn't
was a
feel
tough
that
scene.
here at all.
Yeah.
And I was
one
like,
night. There was one night where it was bad.
really?
Yeah, but it
No,
was
I
one
wasn't.
night.
It was after the loss. It was after
yeah,
games-
after
game
the
3,
yes.
yeah.
It was
Oh, I
like
wasn't
it was
here.
like we rip out signs and party and like and break taxis and shit when we win. When we lost, it was like give me that fucking. And remember last year they threw the garbage at the Pacers fan.
Yeah.
So it was basically. But here's my take on that, man. And I people are probably gonna say this because I'm like I am a New Yorker and a Knicks fan, but I really think this about every fan base now. I've said this about Philly all the time. Philly should just embrace it. Like
Oh yeah.
this is how it goes. I don't condone it. I'm not proud of it. I will never partake in it. I don't think it's funny or cool. But this is how it goes. When you win or lose in a big city in the championship, there's going to be little riots. There are going to be fights. There's going to be cars broken, flipped over. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing like when we love that Knicks fans like took over Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know if like Philly fans were like punching you in the face and stealing your jersey and shit, it probably wouldn't happen. and I'm not, again, I don't want that to be the case, but that is when you talk about like we're a sports town, we have a home field advantage, it means like you can't fuck with us.
Yeah.
And so that inherently has a lot of like violence and bad behavior. And I just think of it as like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
My fan base does. Your fan base does. It'll be bigger in bigger cities. I get all that. The animals are gonna be the animals.
It is that is a crazy part of a championship is like you have to start. You're like, wait, why am I defending strangers I've never met?
Especially
Like-
in New York, it happens in New York all the time.
Yeah.
In all like the next day, there was the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican Day Parade is like famously there was incidents like some of the worst the city's ever seen. I was talking to the security guys here who were all ex-cops, and I was like, have you ever seen it like this? And he was like, oh, the West Indian Day Parade's like this. The West Indian Day Parade is like this? He's like, he goes, people get murdered at those. Like, so, if you put a big crew of New Yorkers anywhere at summertime, hot, outside, fights every time.
I think that the amount of damage that happened, I think we got away with it. I think it's like, if anything,
By the end,
adding
it all up, of like we had 2 straight weeks of like thousands of people in the streets every night, and there's a few instances.
Yeah.
Fucking
Dude, you see those slow pans around the Avengers after a fight, and everyone's like, that was a win.
Yeah. It's a great way to put it.
Every building is full of rubble.
There's about 10 million innocent deaths, but
They're
otherwise,
like, nice, we did good. Like, I think fucking.
I think
imagine that Brunson and fucking Cat like.
Assemble. and I don't want to go too much sports here. We'll move on in a second, but I cannot. I don't have the words to describe what I think of Jalen Brunson. I think he is one of the greatest humans alive.
Yeah.
Not one of the best point guards, not one of the best athletes. Like, he is a superb human. And I think on the court, he is the most purest of sports. He is the tiny guy in the NBA. He is the underdog. It's David versus Goliath. It's all of that. And then off the court, he is the captain, the leader. I mean, they were so maniacally focused. Nobody was celebrating. They all bought into this one mantra, and I really think it came from Brunson. And the fact that I think he's the most underrated superstar in like all of sports. I think he should be talked about as up there with Brady. He needs more championships, but his style should be like, that guy's like Brady. And instead, he's discredited, discounted. People talk shit. I don't know how that happened. I don't know where his PR team was on that one. His PR team was all over this weekend. But like, I feel like it's an NBA thing. Like, the basketball takes of the last few years were about him. I hope those people feel so goddamn foolish and so ashamed of some of those takes.
I could not possibly agree more with you. My number one response would be, hope he never retires.
Yeah. Yep.
But my second response would be like, that doesn't stop.
Yeah, it only gets
He'll
worse,
have 5
right?
championships. And you'll
I
be
know.
Are you fucking kidding me? You would take someone else. There's someone else. Like, you start going crazy, but it doesn't stop. It never ever stops.
After a week of dealing with just Clemmer, I was like, this is fucking insane. And I had texted John, being like, how did you do this I did it for a week. Forget about doing it for a season. John did it for a decade. 10 years of people saying this guy stinks when he had the most championships ever. I just don't get it.
They're like, yeah, well, it's because of his coach. The coach? You think the coach is doing everything? I'm like snapping right back in.
Yeah.
It's like unhealthy.
For real.
I haven't really gotten much of it, but I can't imagine someone saying something bad about Brunson to me. I would lose my fucking mind.
I think I would get violent.
Yeah, I would get violent.
Like, I can understand. Those riots in the streets was because some San Antonio fan said Jalen Brunson's not good. Those people deserve to die.
Yeah.
When Wemby did that thing where he missed him, but he tried to step on him, I watched that clip the next day 45 times with so much anger. Like, I wanted to hurt someone because just watching him try to hurt my fucking boy, he didn't even do it. But I was that upset just watching
They are
that.
a family, man. It's like, don't fuck with my family.
Yeah.
It's why. It's also, you realize it's why this whole industry works.
Yes.
Is because someone who doesn't care will get on the
Treats it
microphone
like
and go
war.
like, Brunson, I don't really think he's good. And like, they don't give a shit. They don't even know that they said it.
Yeah.
I want to see everything that person's ever said. I want to see everything stupid they've ever said.
I mean, the amount of like, do you know how much Becky Hammond has been in my brain? Like, I've never thought about that woman in my life, and now I'm like, is this the day she apologizes? I need blood. I want my pound of flesh, Becky, Rebecca Hammond. Who fucking cares?
I love that it stuck with him too. You think that they don't see that shit? They
I
see
was
it, and for him
stunned.
to register it and
I thought
reference
for
it?
sure.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Brunson's response was going to be like, hey, listen, analysts, I'm a podcaster myself now. I know we all give takes. You know, when you talk into a mic that often, you're going to get predictions wrong. I thought it was going to be one of those. And instead, that whole like, I didn't respond to her then. I'm not responding to her now. I was like, oh. Yeah. The Brunson family, they were motherfucking Becky Hammond under their breath. Like, they hate that bitch. I can't imagine. I mean, that from his like family to the team, I mean, Brunson, he refused to take pictures with the trophy, like all those little things, and everybody bought into it.
What, the Eastern Conference?
No, for the championship, like they have packages where it's like Brunson with the trophy. And
Oh,
then Wemby
yeah.
with the trophy. And he wouldn't take any pictures with it, didn't touch it, none of that.
Hockey guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I just think he's and you know it's interesting. So my first thought was about LeBron and KD and all them, and how they did the super team thing, and Brunson didn't, and I was thinking to myself, especially also the pay cut, like he was willing to take a pay cut. I'm sure the rest of the superstars around the league don't like that when they're like, come on, that's bad. And I noticed like not one of those guys tweeted or posted like, yo, Brunson, and that shit usually happens. Like when Steph's going off, you'll see like Twitter is like, yo, that boy's different and all that shit. There was no love lost for Jalen Brunson. I don't know if it's a thing or not a thing, but it was enough that I was like,
It just feels like he's never even associated himself with any of those, or they've never associated.
I don't think he's ever invited to like the cool kids table.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's not. I mean, he is now, but I think I thought I saw somebody say that Brunson himself said, like, I even surprised myself. Like, I didn't know I had it like this sort of thing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day
really
of
cool.
it was on Instagram. It was some like psychologist, doctor, whatever, and they were saying like they were kind of like biologically, physiologically quantifying like the clutch gene, and she was saying like I have clients, and the way they describe it to me is that like in the final seconds, like everything really does slow down for them, and they just stay calm, and they just see the path, whatever it is. And she was like, I think some certain people like have that,
I've heard it described like crystallized for me is like everyone else doesn't. It's not even something you have. It's something everyone else doesn't have.
So they're all panicking, and you're staying the
exactly.
same.
It's just a regular game for you still.
Right.
Everyone else is panicking. It's just you're staying the same.
And I wonder how that feels because I get nervous like it's the final shot for the beer pong, and I'm like, I need to hit this for rebuttal. Slow pitch softball, like oh god. So I can't even imagine what that's like. But I also wonder how crazy is if you don't even know that about yourself and you get to the finals and you're like, I'm really comfortable right now. Like, I am
care
that
about
guy.
This?
Yeah, like, what do I care about?
Like, what is gonna do, son of a bitch? Yeah, Brunson was depressed about it. He's like, fuck.
He goes home and cuts
My
himself.
whole life has been for this moment to feel something.
I just want to feel something. And then on the other side of things, man, I don't think I can even come up with a good comp for how much damage Wemby did in 1 week to his reputation.
Oh.
I mean, like, the only thing I came up with was when LeBron did the decision. He kind of went from, like, the hero and, like, everyone was like, oh, man, LeBron is dragging all these bums and he's, like, the star to, like, fuck that guy. But I can't think of, like, anybody else who went from, like, the golden child, the next big thing, and beloved by everyone to, like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
A performative asshole.
Yeah.
He's just an asshole.
It took me like I watched Wemby from afar. I read all the article. I didn't read all. I saw the highlights. I would hear the storylines, and I was like, all right, yeah, he's apparently that dude. And then within like one quarter, I was like, oh, fuck this guy. It's
That's
offing.
like what a series does. Is
Yeah.
It shows like who people really are. Like, you watch him 5 games in a row, you're like, never mind, I fucking hate this guy.
him.
I was the same way where I was like, I don't really care much about Wemby. I remember you were even asking about like the him drawing. You're like, this is crazy. I was like, I don't know, fucking kind of cool to me. Like,
No, fuck that. All of it. Walking barefoot on the
Bro,
floor
wait.
to feel it.
The fucking drawing.
Yeah.
I read about that more.
Did you read the Athletic article?
Well, I just read that it was Edwin Booth. And then this, I learned the other day because I went to a play and I saw the Booth Theater, which is named after Edwin Booth, who is the brother of John Wilkes Booth. So we have a Booth Theater in New York
For
City.
a guy who murdered a president.
The president of the theater. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm glad. I've
That is
said that to
crazy.
a lot of people and no one seems to care. I'm like, no, this is insane.
People just like, John leaves brunch and everyone's like, that was pretty weird. He's like really upset about that theater.
I'm like, no, John Wilkes' brother, Edwin. They got a theater for the guy.
The article in the Athletic.
Right now, Iowa Debris is performing at it nightly. Her and Don Cheadle.
The article said, as Edwin Booth's brother will tell you, your legacy can be defined by one shot, whether you make it or miss it. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Why are we comparing Wemby to John Wilkes Booth? Like, they just can't help themselves. And Michael Redd, do you know who he is? A former
comedian?
No, he's a basketball player.
Oh.
He
Who's the Red? Chris Redd.
Okay, when you said yes really quick, I was like, I'm surprised you know. he played for Ohio State and he played for the Bucks.
Wait.
He's a sharpshooter, like what?
Chris Red went to Ohio State. I watched him ring the bell at the game. Right? This is the guy. We've interviewed him. He was on SNL. It's something Red.
That's
Whatever.
even weirder.
Continue.
Is he white or black?
Black.
Is he related to Michael Red? He's kind of been trying. I think he's trying to get into like sports media. He joined like social media. Very smart. Like seems like a very smart athlete. And he said, I think that this might be a result of, guys like Jokic like don't fucking care about basketball. Guys like LeBron kind of just give you canned responses. And now the media has this freak who is giving you the monks and the insight and the talking. And he was saying that like the media latched onto him because they were like, we need someone like this. So they start fluffing him and writing everything. And he was like, I don't know if this is by design or just by it happened naturally. But I think that's what's happening here is that's why he's basically getting a good edit from the media. But then the fans who don't have an incentive, they don't care if Wemby's this way or not. The media wants him to be this way because then they can write about him forever. The fans are like, whatever, it is what it is. So I think as soon as fans saw it, they were like, fuck all of this shit. I mean, just the quintessential like
Spoiled brat.
fuck boy. Yeah.
Spoiled brat.
Right.
Yeah.
French.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to be like reductive like that, but
And then on the other side, I mean,
No, the
people
French you
have
can be
said
reductive about still.
just the most likable team of all time.
Ever.
As an outsider, like you don't really watch as much sports. Like, can you see how likable this team is,
Yeah.
or is it my blinded by
No.
like my guys?
There's,
Yeah.
it was what made it like an easy team to root for too, because like I've been in that situation a million times where I'm like, how can you not see that this team is likable?
Yeah.
Like you're blinded by hate. It's a likable team.
Yeah.
This is the kind of team you root for.
Right.
And this 100%.
I mean,
that kind of team.
from top to like the
Bob.
whole roster.
Alvarado. When I saw Alvarado scream, I played against Alvarado when I was younger.
By the
Like
way,
to
he's
watch
gotta be,
someone.
like 5'8", right?
He's
they listed him
he's
at like
5'11".
6
He's
foot. It's
5'11".
like
Wait,
no
what were your
fucking
stats
way.
against him?
Oh, I got just destroyed. I was like, he was older than me, and I like subbed into for like a varsity game, and like I couldn't keep him in front of me whatsoever. It was quick sub out. That was it. I was younger.
Somebody here, one of the security
that was a
guards,
turning point in that game. I feel like.
Alvarado.
Alvarado.
Yeah,
Like-
that fourth quarter. And, Brunson becomes like this immortal. Cat is like vindicated. Like this, I'm the guy you all thought I was when you drafted me number 1. All that shit's true. But the real winners are like the Landry Shamits, who now are like a hero in New York and go get a real contract.
Yeah.
Alvarado will now. He'll work for MSG one day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you now have a whole life.
Yep.
Being a New Yorker who wins in New York, that guy's like the big winner.
Yeah.
You know, like he takes away the most.
Those are the interesting guys to follow too, to see like
Yeah.
what they do. Because like you said, some guys will go get a big contract that they probably don't deserve.
Right.
Not that they don't deserve. That they have.
earned it,
They
but
have
they're not-
100%
they're not gonna
earned,
prove-
but they're not going to
They're gonna be
fulfill
worth
that
it.
contract.
Correct.
And then you have guys like that who it's like they probably stick around and be
Yeah.
like, I'll hang around for like
Oh.
5-10 years, be just a fucking legend.
If Jose Alvarado has an option to stay with the Knicks for like the minimum or make like $1.5 million a year
Yep.
over here, stick around in New
Yeah,
York.
because
bro.
you
More money
know,
off of
because you know
marketing,
what
off
that means for your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean that.
I think Edelman said something like that once. I think he said it to Bill Simmons, where it was like, "Why the fuck would I go play
for
in
like the fucking Vikings.
It
or
was
some shit.
San
It's like-
Francisco. He had like
Yeah.
a deal in San Fran where he's like, I know, like I'm gonna get all these deals in Boston because I'm the guy in Boston.
Yes.
and like
You're
all
a
these
hero.
local ads, and Brady will help me with ads. Like it completely being like that kind of guy. And Edelman became like an all-star
And in New York,
Pro
too,
Bowler,
just
but-
being like, I'm the New York guy in New York. Like
Yeah.
he can do all this shit now. He can do food content. He can do New York
whatever.
content. All that shit. His whole life is different now. He is the man.
He's
To go grabbing Wemby by the leg and all that. Like they're all the best.
dancing with the whole crowd
Dude,
afterwards.
with the Hasidic Jew.
Hasidic
That-
Jew.
yeah, it was so
and then
funny.
later that night he's playing dominoes back in where was it? Bronx. He's just the coolest guy in the world. The whole team is likable.
And a shout out to my boy Tyler Kolick. What a fucking heater he's on. He's living it up. That's another one. I hope he sticks around.
so
in New York.
funny that cop tried to.
It's
Stop
unbelievable.
it. Yeah. I mean, couldn't I said take a look at him. Other than being like athletic and like in shape, you're telling me that doesn't look like every guy running around the streets going Viva?
Yeah, no, like
I don't blame
Kolick was
that cop
definitely
at
like,
all.
look, I get it.
Yeah. I swear I'm on the team. So yeah, I mean, anyway, at the end of all of it, it's like they're really. I remember thinking like, I can't believe I'm like the only person at Barstool who's never won a championship, and I can't believe this isn't gonna happen for me, and finally did. Feels good. I will say, I wish I was younger. Even at my age, I'm not like old, but like I didn't go out into the chaos and into the mess, and I like celebrated it, but I celebrated with my kids, and I kind of was just like, it's more of a relief it happened as opposed to like I don't know. If I was like 25, still drinking, still partying, I think this would have been even crazier.
Yeah.
So I always, I'm like, you had it as a kid, as a teenager, as a 20-something, as an adult. You've had every different variation of it. Which one do you think is the best? Age-wise, like forget about like his age.
It was just a full time.
Were
It
you
was
out
just
there?
a
Were you
full
going
time
nuts?
job for a month and a half. So we would rather it would be a different person's job every single time they were playing. Someone would leave work at 4:30, go to a bar. You'd stay in that spot from 4 till 11:30. The games were getting over. So there were days that it was like 7-hour shifts to watch the Knicks, and then like you couldn't. I mean, we had to have a spot as soon as the game ended. We won because we never won a jinx. So we won. Next day, next morning you have to call like 5 or 6 spots. I mean, it was a full time job. Staying late to make sure that you could watch the game the next day. Getting in early to every single person I knew had a full time job for the last month and a half, and it was just like, and the bandwagoners, I accepted them.
Yes,
and we all accepted because how special is it for people to care so much about something they've never even watched their entire lives, and I'm watching with them, and they're living and dying by every single play, and they don't even know who these guys are. Like a month ago, it was just, and then obviously after the win, like how. I've never seen anything like that. I was in Fide, so it wasn't as crazy as it was up in Midtown, but like
It was insane.
What was in the air, like people talk about it and you can get poetic about it, but I had never felt anything like that in my entire hugging strangers, people in tears, just the energy that was in the air. I mean, it can't be dramatized any more than the way I'm talking about it right now. It
I
was
thought
special.
The like people were worried about trying to get into the game and all that. Like I think that the people who put the projector on the side of the building and just had that to me is awesome.
Yeah.
The watch parties
That
in the
was really
parks,
cool.
all those things are. I think almost better than being at the game.
Dude,
Kind of crazy.
And
but-
they're gonna keep happening. Like I encourage someone to go to a USA watch party one.
Yep.
They're fucking
Yeah.
awesome. They
Yo,
are.
and then the fact that the World Cup just rolls right into
Yeah.
this is like,
By the way, I told them I came in here one day and they were both like exhausted and they're like, "This is hard, like having to do this." And I was like, "How the fuck you think you end up with pancreatitis, bro?" like a decade of.
you know what was tough for? I remember Dave talking about
that going like,
when
another
you guys,
one.
when you would have Celtics Bruins the same season,
Dude.
and it would just be like every other night,
Literally
like,
every single night.
You never stop. That I was getting home.
But what I realized in watching the New York stuff and kind of being around it, the kind of bummer of Boston, not that there's any, obviously, but like we were always winning in the winter. Like
Summer
the
makes a
Celtics,
big
the
difference.
Celtics only had one until recently in my
Yeah.
when I was really
And the
partying
Cup
with
was
it.
only one.
The Celtics only had one and the Bruins only had one. So those were like the summer parties.
Yeah.
So everything else was kind of ending in the winter, and you didn't really have like everyone outside and everyone
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
I was walking home because we had the apartment live game 4, and I left at halftime, and I was like walking home while that comeback was happening, and like just like stop like literally every single bar had just this huge fucking crowd outside spilling into the street. Like literally, I was like, where are these people coming from?
Yeah.
But that was something I missed, and I didn't realize I missed.
Yeah.
In a lot of like winter winds because you just don't.
the
you just
weather
don't have
makes
it.
a difference.
Yeah, it does.
And it almost, for years, my whole life, I've heard New York is a basketball town. If the Knicks ever win it and all the fans can come together, you'll see something you've never seen before. And I was always like, yeah, I bet, yeah, sure. Like, but it's never gonna happen and whatever. To watch it happen, it was almost like oh, like the prophecy was true. Like, I mean, there that many people in the streets, all.
It wasn't
I don't
as
think
advertised. It was better than ever you could ever pitch.
and
it
it
to
really
me.
was at the very end. In certain moments, it seemed crazy, but in the end, extremely peaceful, extremely like good. I think.
That picture, the picture of the Freedom Tower. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah, where it's like perfectly symmetrical. That one.
Crazy.
That picture's insane.
You see
Oh.
the video of them like going down, and it just goes on forever. Just thousands
Yeah,
of people
I mean your
staring at
video's
it.
so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Your,
Yeah,
your-
it
the-
was
The
just-
amount of shit, like the amount of content coming out of it,
crazy.
Oh, I
every
think-
artist in New York City is having a fucking field
yeah,
day with it.
dude. Careers are being made, dude.
Yo, there's this guy Gavin DeDraw is his name. He drew this. He drew a like a outside of MSG picture for the Knicks. They got commissioned by the Knicks, and then this artist with like 10 million followers just yoinked it, just straight up.
way.
I mean, the same fucking picture, and put it on sale. And I'm sure he made a killing off of it. And I was just thinking to myself, the amount of like other industries that are getting affected and now have storylines and all that shit, all because of this. The butterfly effect is absolutely crazy.
How much do you think also like the celebrity nature of it all added to, like, as a girl,
So
that got
much.
me more
Oh my God,
invested.
having like Kylie Jenner sideline,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift side courtside.
But is it normal? Like, I mean, I feel like Timothée Chalamet was like the mascot.
He's the Knicks guy.
There was always
It's
But
like
there's
normal.
also like there were people from so many different demographics too. Like, there
Mm-hmm.
were people like like if it was just Taylor Swift and Kylie Jenner,
Yeah.
it could have
but
been
it's
like
Larry David.
Right, it's
and
Larry David, it's Ben
Yeah.
Stiller.
Yeah.
It's
you
fucking
got
Larry David almost
rappers,
died.
You got
yeah, like there was.
I
every-
like that. I think I'm sure a lot of people don't like it. Like I'm sure there are people who are like jealous or like "Whoa, fuck woke Hollywood or whatever shit like that. But I think even for the most part, the occasional Taylor Swift here or there who like is not really like a diehard. They're just doing it for fun. But most of those rich famous people are fans.
That's what I was gonna
they're,
say.
They're they know
didn't
their
seem
shit.
To me, like a lot of them were like,
No.
I can't. I'm sure there were 100% there were. But the
I'm
ones
a
that like
little
got all the attention.
I'm a
felt
little
real.
peeved by Ben Stiller. I just feel like he kind of I just feel like Spike Lee kind of deserves the nod of like if you're gonna be like the director of the Knicks, like it probably should be Spike Lee.
Well, but
I also
like that's not like they didn't ask Ben Stiller to do it. Ben Stiller was doing it and then sold it to somebody.
yeah, I guess
like
so.
Spike
yeah.
could have done it.
Yeah.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
like the
And
Knicks
I'm not
went
even-
and, like,
I'm
hey,
not a
Ben
huge-
Stiller, could you make this?
I'm not a
Yeah.
huge Spike Lee guy myself. I just feel like
I think
Yeah.
Spike, if he wanted to, he could have been doing it. He's probably like, I'm happy to
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Ben was making it, and when hey guys, I have a ton of footage.
Yeah.
You guys wanna buy
the
it?
only thing I feel is like I feel like Chalamet is really there like just for the team.
Absolutely.
I think this is fan fiction I'm making up in my
Yeah.
head. But I think Ben Stiller is a little bit like this is an opportunity for me. Whereas like I think Chalamet would be like, hey man, you got to sit in the 300s tonight. He'd be like, okay, fine.
Dude,
You know what I
Stiller,
mean?
I saw what was it last year? Kaz, what's he host of now?
He is the host of. He's on
7
7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Mello, and then he's on Hot 97 in the mornings.
Hot 97. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
with Miro.
But Kaz last year, once the Knicks got eliminated, hosted some kind of Knicks event, and I remember he tweeted. Ben Stiller rolled up, no security, no nothing,
Yeah.
in sunglasses, and he's like, he's good forever in the city.
Cool.
And if Kaz co-signed him, I was from then on.
Kaz is the king of New York.
Right.
Kaz is the king of New York. That guy, he embodies New York. That was a fun part of this whole thing too. Is all of the like, and I hope this happens with us for like other people. Like you're the content creators that you follow, like become a part of your daily life.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm listening to this. I was listening to the Knicks Film School podcast every day. I'm following, like, I'm watching every Doug Lust song, every Twitter account. I'm following all of it. So there was like. Even like Monica McNutt becoming like not a household name, but like
Yeah.
a pretty big name.
Big name.
You know, she's the radio announcer for the Knicks. Like the amount of careers being made, or like the everybody gets a bump from this. I think America's on a heater.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the Knicks into the World Cup is the best PR we've had in years.
I
All these people
believe-
being like, "Yo, America's great." I'm like, I get that you probably, if you keep up with the news, it doesn't seem that way, but. Let's just all be clear. America's awesome. Like, from a day-to-day basis, this place kicks ass.
Completely agree. The Argentinian, I believe it was the Argentinian ambassador. I think he said it best, where he said, some paraphrasing, something to the effect of, how lucky are we to finally have the American people get to speak for America and not the American politicians?
Hell yeah.
And I
Yeah.
couldn't possibly agree more with that.
And there's that quote. I don't know who said it. I think it's an old one though. It's like if you want to hate America, watch the news. If you want to love America, drive through it.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
experiencing it,
I do like it's happening everywhere. I think it is awesome here. I couldn't be happier for Boston. I think that watching the Tartan Army in Boston was legitimately like watching like a depressed friend come out of it. That's how I
Why
feel
you
about
say so?
Boston. Be like Boston, I really don't think for me. I'm speaking for me, but I the response I've seen feels like a lot of people agreed. It didn't really come back from COVID.
Wow.
Every time I was there,
Interesting.
and I'm a visitor. I don't live there. I'm not like trying to speak for it. I'm speaking from my experiences only. But like it just never really felt the same to me.
Interesting.
And I think the Tartan
Scots
Army,
like
I think
saved
they
it.
kind of woke. It seemed to the people I follow on Twitter. It seemed like they kind of reminded everyone like, yo, this city's fucking awesome.
Do you think that they? How do they schedule that shit? Like I kept thinking to myself, Scots in Boston is a really good fit.
Yeah, oh,
do you think
God,
they?
yeah.
Do you think they took that into account, or
I think yes. I think they. It's also
because if you put like
corrupt.
the Scots in like L.A. or some shit, it would be like,
Like the Scots came
But-
to New York. They didn't like New York.
Really?
They're in Miami right now. I'm gonna
they're
guess
definitely
not
not
gonna
like
love
in Miami. Yeah,
But like, yes, the kind because Scots like are fucking
they're like it's
like any fucking Celtic
Yeah.
Like I think Scotland's Celtic, right? Yeah.
But it's just it's like Irishmen on St. Patrick's Day in Boston.
They're
like,
East
that fits.
Coasters.
Like,
They fucking bust balls, talk fast,
and they drink beer.
Yeah,
I think like drinking Boston Dry you're saying something,
bro.
You know,
4 times what St. Patrick's Day weekend
that
was?
is crazy.
That's nuts.
I wonder if they were like prepared.
Like
for
did you
that.
see the Boston Globe did a full page ad thanking the Tartan Army?
Wow.
And it's like a beautiful thank you. It was like
You helped us,
never
we helped
host
you.
People like you.
Yeah.
Like, it really felt like. I don't know what I'm even talking about, but just to me,
But it might have like
it
brought
felt
him back.
Like, it was like, oh fuck yeah, like it's back a little bit.
There's part of me I love
as America as a whole.
Yeah, I don't even really care about the games unless like if we keep winning, like I'll. But the melting pot shit is awesome. That's very, very cool. The only thing I'm a little bit. I think that that guy Freddie on Twitter and that Japanese guy, you know what I'm talking about?
Freddie, I never really cared about.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like I think that stuff's.
Freddie was cool for a minute.
And then the problem is he's like, I'm gonna get all these views and shit by doing this.
And
you know
it's
what I
the
mean?
bitch of the whole thing, because Freddie, you're doing nothing wrong. Of course, take all these opportunities.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the balance of all of it. It's really fucking hard.
And,
to be like,
and also, don't you think there's some performativeness to it at some point?
yeah.
Like if I went overseas, and it's the way they can't like comprehend it.
Yeah.
They're like, have you seen? There are snacks at the gas station, and it's like I get that doesn't happen over there,
but it does. Also, I guess snacks at the gas station.
So and I was thinking to myself,
they're not
like,
as big as Buc-ee's, but like I went to a gas station. Like, this is a gas station.
And even if you didn't have those things, I can understand the concept of it. It's not like it's so foreign that like, or that Japanese guy be like, they gave you free chips at your meal, and it's like, all right, I get you don't get that, but like that's just something we do.
Yeah, it's like Americans go over to like Japan and get excited about the 7-Elevens because they're like higher quality.
Yeah.
We get excited about anything.
And
It's just grass is always green.
Yeah,
I did also hear people saying that this is more of like a movie thing where they're like, oh, this was a.
No, don't switch. Just come sit over here. 4 of us sit here and talk.
I can't believe how weird they get at this. It's mostly her, but they're still weird about this
I
shit.
don't know why. Wait, but it's okay.
What were we talking about? The performance of the Raptor mind around it. The confusion or like the that to me is very strange. Where they're like, no, this is what I'm talking about. The movies. I think a lot of people are like, I've seen people in a gas station like this in my favorite Hollywood movie. So it's that kind of
that
shit, you know?
people don't understand the effect of that.
Yeah.
When
where
you
it's like,
see a place you've been,
you're the
in a
Leo.
movie,
It's like,
it's fully the Leo.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I've been there, dude.
I always take that for granted. It's always New York.
Yeah, right.
And so it's like, all these movies are in New York. But if in your like little town, you're like, oh, that's our bar.
Yeah,
That's our
yeah.
So I think that's a big part of it. But it's some of it.
The Freddie guy also on him. It feels like he's just getting DMs being like, this will get a big reaction. This will get a big reaction.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And he should ride that wave, and
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. But let's, that's what's going on here. Yeah. The World Cup in general is very funny to like I saw a bunch of people be like, we don't give a fuck about the World Cup. The Knicks are on. But now the Knicks are up and not on. So it's like, now what happens? If we're good, watch out. I mean,
I can't. I saw
Are we?
someone.
Or no?
I don't know soccer either.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think. I think we're okay. I think we're.
But even that is huge. If we could just be okay at the World Cup, like in the conversation, you're never really going to win. But like, by the way, there's only 8 teams who have ever won the World Cup. There's only 8 countries. It's like Argentina, Brazil, England, Germany, France, and like 1 or 2 other Italy. And that's it. I mean, and when you think about it, it's like every 4 years, so it's not that often. And you have Brazil's won it like 5 times, so that takes up 20 years.
Yeah.
And so I guess it makes sense. But when I heard that, I was like, hang on. So England does all this shit talking, and they only won like 1 cup. What's going on here? But if we could just be, make it to like the semifinals here and there, then it'd be huge.
I was reading the after week 1, like the re-rankings of the teams, and I was like, almost like after you have a good few weeks with a team, you're like, time to see how awesome we are. And I was like, let's see, we're the 17th ranked team now. So and then I saw someone else say like realistically, like how hard would it be for America to win? And they said Indiana football before last season.
Oh yeah, so we got no shot. Yeah.
But, okay, that's the other thing. I feel like New York is gonna have like another, because already there's so many because like everyone's from different places here. So like all the games are like there's at least one like outside of Felix, like there's always like a bunch of like Iranian people, and then
It
a
feels
bunch
like
of
Epcot
whatever.
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a different game going on,
Right.
A different part of it.
It's like studying abroad, but the abroad's coming to you.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
studying abroad with us.
I
very
saw
cool, though.
a quote before it started that said, like, every World Cup is the biggest event in the history of the world, and every
Right.
subsequent World
Will
Cup
be
will
bigger.
be.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about like that.
It's
The
that
cultural mix and
big.
the cultural, and then just like the cultural mix of, it's all the biggest drinkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's every country's biggest.
You got the
drinker.
Mexicans drinking tequila. You got the Scots drinking beer.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's drinking.
It's not the fucking. They're not sending over their financial analysts. They're sending over their diehard football fans.
I mean,
dude.
think about how crazy do you have to be to go travel international for your team?
Yeah.
Like when the Knicks go to Philly, people are like, "Whoa!" They went over across the world.
Yo, this is a
Do you think that-
4-year meeting of the world's biggest binge drinkers. It's going to be good content.
I mean,
Do you think that they, do you think that like politics plays into this? You think that like propaganda? Like, do you think they pick like?
you
let's
think
make
Donald
sure
Trump got the FIFA Peace Prize for no reason?
No, but I mean, like from do you think that they would send fans over? Like, do you think they'd be like, we want like these type of people? We'll pay for you guys to go and represent us in America.
Oh.
Or is it just like they let the diehards do the diehards?
I think you probably let the diehards do the diehards.
I just wonder
guess
when
they're-
you're talking about the biggest event in the history of the world every time, there's more business and shit going on than you realize.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I just think it's just too big to be like, let's see what happens at these games. I think it's like we're gonna make money this way and that way, and
that's what I was wondering also about like the Knicks, and this might be a completely conspiracy theory, but my sister and I were talking about this. Like, is it possible that there's like a, you know, they are supposed to go to more games? Like, we thought maybe there would be game 6 because there's so much money every single game. It's like the seats, the ads, everything like that.
NBA was trying to do their best.
Yeah. Is there any
that's-
kind of conspiracy about that?
Absolutely.
Oh,
every
really?
year.
We're big
Jackie,
believers. A lot.
Oh,
Of
I
welcome
was like-
to sports.
Yeah, but
guys.
times a million with the Knicks. But yeah, there's always like we know the names of referees in the NBA because it's like, oh, that guy is known to make the series go longer.
Yeah.
So that I think they
But
say
then
like,
you know what I saw the other day? Like, not that I know a ton of NBA referees, but then I saw a clip of Kevin Durant talking about NBA referees.
yeah,
And like
they don't.
He like the greatest referees are all the people everyone bitches about.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
the players love them and think they're great. He's like, Joey Crawford, that dude a gangster. You know, right? And I was like, oh, I know that game.
Scott
And
Foster's
everyone
the big
bitches
one.
about that.
Scott Foster's the big one they call the extender.
Yeah.
Because he always, I guess, typically the series get extended. So it was like, oh, they're sending Scott Foster to extend it for the Spurs. Meanwhile, the Knicks were 10-0 in their last 10 Scott Foster games. So I was like, well, which one is it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
you can
those
find
conspiracy
numbers
theories
for
go.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Wait,
that-
do
those
refs,
go
like,
hard.
Audition?
I don't
I
think they call it an audition, but I'm sure.
They put on their wardrobe and then they audition.
Yeah, they read lines. They go like this. They stand in front of a table. They blow the whistle. Is that good? You need it a little louder with that whistle.
Adam Silver is just like Stanley Tucci.
Yeah. Next. It's like American Idol. It's a no for me, dog. Yeah. So the World Cup is fun. I feel like I don't know what started it, but right now it's like the Knicks win a championship. I'm kind of liking soccer.
Yeah.
I like Game of Thrones again. I'm like, everything's coming up roses. Like the you know, I remember like always joking about when something good happens in sports, my go-to line was always like, the sun is shining a little brighter and the birds are chirping a little louder and the beer is colder and all that. Like, that's how I feel like life right now.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty rare for me to be like, things are going pretty good. Like, I'm liking everything right now. I don't know what, maybe it's, I don't know if it started with the Knicks.
Yeah.
What's that?
You have to like get a new identity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I have a whole new personality now because I don't know, I like a TV show and my team won the championship. It's crazy the things that can affect your, really affect your life.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
When you start noticing what changes your emotion, you're like, oof, I am pathetic.
Dude, even
well,
like,
that was just because you were hungry, John.
bro. So getting home late at night. So the games go late, and then getting home from the city takes like 2 hours. And every night on game nights, I would get home, and I was like, well, now I can't like take my weed gummies because it's too late at night. And if I smoke or take my Benadryl, I'm gonna be all right. I'm like, I can't even stay up late anymore. What kind of a fucking pussy are you, dude? I stayed up late for a basketball game and ruined my whole week. You are the worst, dude.
I felt it for the first time in my life. This run, I was like, I'm
Getting old?
getting old.
Yeah.
I'd wake up so dehydrated with a pounding headache after 4 beers every single night.
Yeah.
It was
Welcome,
destroying. me.
It
That-
sucks.
That run was destroying.
That's why I just don't even do it anymore. It's just not worth it. But yeah, I mean, I'm living the dream. Things are going good right now. Polar opposite of Terrence Cruz. Terry Crews is in a dark place. Terry Crews said something that let's just.
Oh wait. Sorry. By the way,
Can you give me a run?
I
hit it
will,
from the
but
top?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do we have any
You-
more? Anything else before we get into that?
no, let's go
Okay.
Terry Crews.
You know Terry Crews, who he is, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think for this conversation, we should suspend disbelief and just go with it. Because what Terrence Crews said, he said he had a porn addiction.
Yeah.
He said,
On what platform is this?
What do you mean?
No, it doesn't matter.
When was he
It
addicted
doesn't matter.
to?
Do I look stupid right now?
"Oh, yeah, no, you're fine." Well, yeah, probably. You probably look stupid, but I thought she
Doesn't matter,
meant.
we look grotesque anyway.
By the way, looked at the cameras. Terrible.
But wait, why? It's the same studio. You used to do the
It's
podcast.
just
Did
a
we always
shadow.
look terrible?
It's just a shadow. It's just like you
I think
look.
this thing messed it up a little bit. I
okay,
think this
okay.
because
Yeah.
they
This
look
is new.
okay. This
I was gonna say,
looks a
what
little
is
bad.
it?
But I also just forgot podcast lighting. You just look tired.
Yeah.
But it's not about.
Been fucking partying, dude.
But then I look at you
Watch
straight
basketball
on.
for 2 weeks.
Great, glowing.
Okay, everyone just pretend you're looking at me and not watching me. I thought what I thought that question meant was like, where is he watching the porn?
Yeah. That's what I
So
thought.
is he a Pornhub
like,
guy?
what?
X videos, a RedTube?
Brazzer's been there.
Yeah. No, this was some podcast, like interview, something or other, right?
I don't know. I'll tell you what, Terry Crews likes to talk about
Yeah.
any microphone.
Yeah.
Someone probably said, "Hey, good morning, Terry," and he went, "Did I tell you about my porn addiction?"
He told us one story while working on set at on a movie. He said he wrapped up the day at like 10 a.m. It was like an early shoot. He was like, I went to the gym, and then I watched porn from 11 a.m. to like midnight.
Okay.
He said he watched 13
What?
straight hours of porn. I don't know. And listen, we like porn. Okay, we're a pro porn podcast. I don't think I've watched 13 hours of porn cumulatively in my life. Like it's it's usually like 2 minutes a clip. You know, like I'm like, okay, I'm done. 13 hours in 13 consecutive hours of watching pornography? Are you fucking kidding me? He's watched all of the porn. Imagine that. Imagine running out. You know when you're like, oh, like I just finished up that series. I'm like, I don't have any shows left.
Yeah.
He does that with porn. He's like, yep. That was the last of
finished.
Bella Danger video.
Finished.
Yeah. I finished the book. I finished the internet of porn. That is like
How many separate like jerk offs is that?
I
But you're not going back to back, like. Right?
I mean, talk to this guy over here.
Yeah, talk to me. I like you.
But
Still,
you've never done 13
Bro,
hours.
no, God, no. You still give me a hangover and a fucking Wi-Fi connection. I can hammer some for you. But the like, I like no, God, no.
Because I gotta know
There's-
if Terry Crews was like, there's one scenario that I think is totally fine, and one scenario that's like you need to be put down. If that man was like, I'm on set of this movie and I'm done today, and like I don't have anything to do for 12 hours, and he just was like, I'm chilling in the hotel room, I'm ordering room service, I'm watching movies, and also I got my laptop and I'm banging it out every couple hours. That sounds like a fun day.
Yeah.
That I can get down with. That's self-care. That's self-care. What the way he characterized it is like you need to be castrated.
Bro,
you need chemical castration. You need to be removed from the gene pool. You're fucking sick of that.
How many orders of food were in the room? That's all that matters.
And that will make it totally
If Terry
fine.
was in a-
Or
if he was in a robe, have your fun, brother. If there's like a bag of Wendy's in this corner and a bag of fucking McDonald's in this corner, I'm painting from memory right now. Then at that point, bro, you got a problem.
and you know what's also crazy? Not that Terry Crews is fucking Leonardo DiCaprio or something, but Terry Crews could get somebody to come over to his hotel, and that could just be a fun time. Like when you're an actor, you could just be like, I could jerk off for 13 hours, or I could have sex with like 10 different women if I wanted to, and he chooses to do it by himself.
Yeah,
That's-
like I talk to people all day.
Yeah,
You know
I guess so.
what I mean?
There's definitely times where I'm like, I don't want to be with another person. I just want to be with me.
This is
So I
between
get
me and
that.
myself.
I got
This is
I'll
something
handle
I
this.
got to work out with me.
This is nobody else's business but mine. But the porn addiction thing and sex addiction was kind of the first one, and then porn addiction became like a new wave thing. And I think as I've gotten older, I can understand it, where it's like, if you make bad decisions in your life over sex or porn, you can qualify that as an addiction. So like, for sure, I understand that. But I think it is hard for people to wrap their mind around, like, you're addicted to watching porn on the internet. Like, you can't just stop it, you know? And I know that's, very, very simplifying it all, but it just seems crazy to me that Terry, like, I just the thought of him, like, being in the room, like, don't do it, I'm doing it again. Like,
Fuck
can't
it.
stop himself. Unless he's about to go start like a anti-porn podcast career or something, just don't fucking say that out loud.
It makes
keep that one in the top.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine different.
Yeah. That guy, he is the next role he's ever in. I'm like, I don't know that guy.
You know what I mean? Like you picture like other like great actors. Where you're like Dustin Hoffman in fucking Apocalypse Now, and he was like getting off heroin or whatever the fuck it was.
Tim the Toolman Taylor was dealing heroin and all that shit. Like all these guys are not what you think.
Terry was.
Terry Cruz is gonna get Me Too'd for his own masturbation. Like you're a deviant. I'm doing it by myself. You're still a deviant. There are no victims. You are the perpetrator and the victim, sir.
Was he saying it under the guise of like I'm ashamed, or
I think he was
kind
like,
of
that's when I knew I needed to get help, sort of thing.
Oh, so he's in recovery?
I guess so.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be a hard one to recover from, by the way. It's just like it's always right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I've heard alcohol is like people think that's the hardest because like it's legal and you can see it on every street corner. You still get horny.
Yeah, you're
right?
gonna.
Like, I know the easiest way to fix this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I wonder is like, so if you're addicted to porn and you just stop the porn, are you addicted to masturbating or are you addicted to porn?
Good question.
Because, it's almost like medical that you have to masturbate every now and then or get it out somehow.
It has to be porn.
It has to
because
be
if you didn't
porn.
have porn, you would probably be way less likely to.
Yeah, because if you were addicted to
Yeah.
coming.
How often do guys do it from memory?
Not since Wi-Fi was invented.
That's not totally true. I'll blast off from memory every now and then.
I'll go for a road game.
It depends on if I'm in a room for 13 hours by myself or not.
Yeah, I mean it's
There's
it's
sometimes
a
where it's strictly
rarity.
medical though. It's like there are definitely times where I'm like,
It's
I got
only
a big day
surprise
coming up.
when I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? You know what I mean? like
you weren't invited right now.
Yeah, like if I'm going to jerk off, it's not from memory. But sometimes like, what the fuck? We got stuff to do.
Those are there are legitimate times where I'm like, all right, we got the podcast at 11, then I got to go do this, I got to do that. It's almost like I got to shower, brush my teeth, jerk off.
Yeah.
I can't go out there with a loaded gun. It's crazy.
On Tuesday? Come on.
What else do we got?
Man, I'm gonna go pee while we do that.
Okay. We've done all the important stuff, but now since the gang's all back together, we might as well. I don't know. I guess kind of update everybody, right?
Oh, we're gonna do
Well, let's do TV too. We'll
I'm
talk
down with
TV.
whatever,
Yeah, we'll talk some TV first. Game of Thrones is back. The best series on television is back, and I know a lot of people gave up. You should get back into it. Everybody, if you liked Game of Thrones and you didn't like House of Dragon in the beginning, you should go back. You should watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms,
That was awesome.
and then you will watch House of the Dragon differently. Here's my current theory. It's pretty crazy, but I think it makes sense. Because I went back and I started to rewatch season 1 and 2 of House of the Dragon to lead up to season 3. And I was like, this isn't that bad. And I don't know why we were so critical of it. We were on the podcast being like, this shit sucks. And a lot of people in general really did not like it. And there was all this talk about how George R.R. Martin doesn't get along with the showrunner. And it was a mess. And at the time, I felt all that was true. And then I was rewatching it, and I was like, there's definitely some things that I'm like, didn't love that, and that part's not great. But overall, this is just like standard Thrones television. I think A Night of the Seven Kingdoms like reset the whole universe, the Game of Thrones universe. I think it was like there was one series, and then House of the Dragon was the second one. And I think people were inherently comparing and fighting, and it's like we still hated the end of Game of Thrones, and now we have this new thing that's also not great. And so it was just a lot of comparison and judgment and being critical. Then Night of the Seven Kingdoms comes along, and it does it in this short, easy, digestible, funny way. And now there's 3 shows.
Yeah.
And it almost makes me feel like now we have a whole universe of shows and characters, and we have a new barometer for what is a good episode, a bad episode, and a great episode, And so I was like, it just, as the body of work got bigger, I was sort of like, that actually wasn't that bad. And that that was actually great, and all that sort of shit.
100%. You
So I
don't
just
wanna be
started
the guy
watching
after the
whole-
guy.
Yes.
You don't,
yeah.
right? Like House of
Right.
Dragon was the guy after the guy.
They said that about like replacing Jeter at shortstop,
Exactly.
Francesa at the radio. The first guy gets killed. The next guy gets loved.
the next
and
guy
then and then it raises all levels.
Yeah,
you know.
the next guy has a real shot.
Yeah.
Like it was like same thing with fucking, like fucking Cam Newton. He's never gonna be the quarterback.
Right.
You need to have someone else.
A sacrificial lamb,
Yeah.
sort of, and that was.
And
I don't think it was as
think that
bad
the-
as
the
we
House,
thought.
not House of Dragon. What's it? It's Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That was like quick and easy, and could like kind of just refresh and be fun.
Yeah.
And then maybe like give everyone a more cleaner slate to watch this.
And also
'Cause I'm definitely
binging
interested
it.
in this now.
Binging it is different than watching week to week because there's a storyline in House of the Dragon with this guy Damon, where he goes off by himself to this castle and he has nightmares and hallucinations, and it's like a whole season of him just seeing shit and nothing really happens. And when you're binging it, I was just like, fast forward.
Yeah.
Week to week, absolutely sucked. Now, the episode that aired last night was, I think, one of the best episodes of Thrones ever. I think it's definitely one of the best battles you'll ever see. And it was supposed to be the finale for season 2. And because of budget reasons, they pushed it to the premiere.
Oh yeah,
of season
weren't
3.
you guys all bitching at the end of that? You're like, this sucks, but never again, right?
Yeah, because it was like we did this whole build-up for nothing.
Yeah,
'Cause they
I
moved
forgot
it.
about that.
So, but I do wonder if they knew they were catching so much heat online, but I wonder if they knew they had this in the tuck, like, we're going to drop a fucking bomb on you, so, like, just be patient. I don't know when they filmed that. I don't know how it happened, but that episode fucking rocked. It was like a standalone movie. There was characters who were, like, not introduced, but, like, bit characters who they made really important, established a storyline, created, like, emotion, and did it all in one episode. It was unbelievable, and it was, like, almost like sports in a way. I was like, I am very happy to have this back in my life.
Yeah.
Like if that show can be good again, oh mama. And the actors are all so good, the storylines are so good. It was like we went through an era of hating on Game of Thrones because the finale was bad, the books weren't finished, all that shit just made it be like, ugh. And now a new darling series kind of resets it. These guys step in with a bomb episode, and part of me is like, we're cooking again. It makes me wish that all those they went so extreme when the show ended. There was like those 10 spinoffs that were announced, and then they all got canceled when House of the Dragon wasn't great. So everything's
forgot
been
about that.
so reactionary.
There
Wait,
were
sir-
like 10. Yeah.
It was literally 10.
For non Game of Thrones, so it's Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, Seven
Night of the Seven
Nights,
Kingdoms.
and now it's back to
Yeah, it was Game of Thrones was all by itself, and then season 1 and 2 of House of the Dragon started.
Yeah.
And it was like these characters are good, and we know the source material is good, but like it's just not coming together.
that
great.
was like I watched a few episodes of that.
Yeah.
That I thought was really good, and everyone else was like, this sucks.
Well, so that's where I'm like, I think I was just being a little bitch, and I was just like being kind of recency bias about it being bad, and because when I went back and watched, I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah. It's insane the stuff that affects how you enjoy things.
And then it really
like,
made
you
me
can just
feel
like
bad.
you watch something again like 10 years later, like, wait, this is fucking awesome. What
Yo,
the hell is this?
it legit made me feel bad that I was like, who the fuck am I? And me and my idiot co-hosts and like all these people on the internet saying how bad it was.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure the showrunners and stuff are like, fuck you guys. Now, but to be fair, there were some stuff where I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was stupid. Or they kept doing this thing probably because of budgets where they just wouldn't show the big moments. They would be like, the battle just happened and we didn't see it. Or they'd be like, this conversation happened off screen. And it was like, what the fuck are we doing here? So there were, it's not perfect, but I think that was my point was like, we were trying to compare it to like season 4 of Game of Thrones. It's like that's the best ever.
Yeah.
You know? There's a lot of in between
And
there.
season 4 had so much setup before we even got to it.
Yes.
So like you needed the season 1, 2,
and
3.
that's what made me feel like the premiere of this season was so good, but because they set a lot of it up for the last 2 seasons. So I think Thrones is back in a big way. I think this could make it there's a lot of characters. I think they do a good job. I'm pretty dumb when I watch television. Like I'm usually high these days too. I'm like on gummies and I can't remember who's who, and I forget what happened the night before. I refresh it. This even I'm following. I'm like I know exactly who they are, where they're from, what house they are, and what they're doing. So I think they do it really well. I think it could be back in a major way because it's also, and this is when Thrones was at its best, when you are kind of rooting and kind of hate everybody.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like the Lannisters. I kind of like the bad guys. The good guys piss me off sometimes. So you can kind of root for anybody or hate on anybody. There's a lot of good shit, man. A lot of good actors too. Like I was thinking about that. One of the guys looks like Chalamet, and I was thinking, imagine if Chalamet was in this instead of this kid. And I was like, I think this kid is like just as good of an actor. Like as one of the guys we, revere. That the cast of that show has like 20 actors who are all like classically trained, epic medieval type shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know who these people are, and they are knocking it out of the park. A lot of talented people out there, man. And we were all just like, this show stinks. Fucking assholes. Absolute assholes, man. So
I'm
would
definitely
recommend.
excited for that one. I'm
Yeah, we'll get
going to
in
start that maybe tonight even. That's the problem is just there's
So much,
literally
dude.
so much to
It's
watch.
too much. It's too much.
Like, bro, when I tell you all I do is watch television.
That's all I do.
It's
Bro, can we figure out a way? I mean, you guys are doing it with the acting and shit, but like the day that we can just figure out how to cover television like most people cover sports, our careers are set. I genuinely thinking about this because I did the Knicks and I jumped on Sports Central and I was like back to doing sports talk. And I was like, I can do this all day, every day. Like, I just have to watch. I know how to talk sports, and I can do it. I just don't,
Yeah.
because I want to watch TV and movies. And it's like, if I could just, it's always the thing with like, do you watch the show or do you not? And should I do spoilers or not? And like the audience is always an issue. But if it could just be like, we're running through all of the shows of that's on right now, like there's so fucking much, and I watch all of it. All of it. When people go, hey, are you watching? I go, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all of it.
Maximum pleasure guaranteed.
I was about to say, don't actually call me out on this because I don't watch everything. But
that's one I just started. And
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
what,
It's so
I don't
good.
even know that one. What's that?
Apple TV. Apple TV is just
it's the best.
It's
Apple T just messed up though.
What?
The Widow's Bay and what's the other one?
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. How are they coming out at the same time?
Dude,
I started. You told me to watch.
Wait, is
Cape
Maximum-
Fear on Apple?
Yeah, and Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed is too. They're all coming out. So Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. I think
I'll tell you why.
There's only 4 or 5 episodes out.
Apple, they are reckless. They don't because they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care about schedules, calendars. They don't care about reputations. They don't care about budgets. I don't think. Apple TV is the safest place in the world to pick up a show. It will never get canceled.
Yeah.
They will see everything through the end. You'll never know when it's coming out or promoting it or anything. But when you find it, you will be able to watch 5 seasons of it, guaranteed.
and like every single one will have 3 mega actors will be
Yeah.
starring in it.
Yes.
Mega actors.
I mean, that's probably just like Apple has cash, right?
I think it's just one of those like almost like when like Fanatics was like building a subscriber
we're
base.
just talking
Like
about them. I fucking hate Fanatics.
this is, I think they're just like doing something where like every actor was having the best relationship possible.
But they're good too, though. They're not just like throwing money and
Cape
then you
Fear
do
might not be. Cape Fear, I'm not sure yet.
You
I'm
really?
gonna lie. I'm on the fence now.
It was a tough first episode.
Javier Bardem is so fucking good that I think
He's carrying it.
he's carrying
I
it.
don't know why they gave Amy Adams that stupid accent.
Yeah.
No one else in the show has the accent. And then she's just doing like this Southern Belle thing. It's just she's not good at it. It's not necessary, but whatever.
Javier Bardem is awesome as
Yeah.
he always is. But like aside from that, there are parts where I'm like, oh, this is my. But it's like it's good.
Is the movie?
It's good. It's fun.
Is it like I haven't seen the movie. Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie. Yeah.
I've not seen.
Is
movie.
I actually don't really love the movie, to be honest.
Are they? I feel like there's almost like a supernatural thing going on. Is that like
No.
a vibe in the movie?
Not in the movie. The,
When
the,
they're
the
doing,
movie
not supernatural, but like there's like they're doing the rituals and the like ceremonies and the cult type thing. You know what I mean?
Cade was him, Cade, right?
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
like a psychotic. He's like that. He's covered in tattoos. He's a very
Right.
similar character.
Okay.
But it's not like I honestly don't even really remember. I remember watching it. I watched it maybe like in the last year or so, but I didn't like it. I remember being like, I thought De Niro's character was so obviously in the wrong that it was like hard to root against him, or maybe I'm misremembering the movie. Whatever. But the show,
I don't know if it's. I'm watching it. Like, I'm in.
It's kind of like I think it might be like Blacklist, where I'm like, it's
Okay,
not
okay.
great, but it's
Right.
entertaining as fuck.
totally. That's fair.
There's
That's a great level of television.
Yeah,
by the way. Like,
yeah,
not
yeah.
everything's gonna be an epic Emmy winner. It's like this is a good show.
but Bardem is so fucking good.
Yeah, he's a monster.
But then no, I think Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed is my favorite one.
What's the plot? What's the plot of that?
That's like it's Jake Johnson, it's fucking Murray Bartlett.
Oh, really?
Which I hadn't watched it before we interviewed him.
Wow.
Wait, is this Apple?
Yeah. And it's like it's a murder mystery that's kind of loosely connected to OnlyFans. It's like a chick uses OnlyFans. She's a regular chick. She has a job and stuff, but she uses OnlyFans to fuck a guy, like to get off.
Okay.
And that guy gets like jumped on screen. And she's like doesn't know what's happening. She's trying to figure out like the crime.
Wild.
It's awesome. It's really, really good.
Margot's Got Money Problems is Apple as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was good. It was like It's a little bit wacky and kind of weird, but like it was a good. I just watched it like 10 episodes, and I was like, okay, that was good.
This one, I also that's not the greatest description of it, but I'm kind of hiding a lot of things.
Okay.
It's just worth a watch. It's good.
Widow's Bay is awesome. I think Widow's Bay is.
Can we all agree we are that one was my fault? But everyone knows we are filling up water bottles too much, right?
Yo,
like
Body Armor gives you your money's worth. They fill to
every
the
water
top.
bottle
Yeah,
is
yeah.
I open it and I spill on myself.
Yeah.
Every single that one was my fault. I own that
If you
one.
go like this,
But-
if you tip it like that,
Bro, when I open it because I'm squeezing.
Yeah.
It's in my lap. Every water bottle starts with me looking like I pissed myself. But what was I saying?
we were Widow's Bay.
Widow's Bay.
Widow's
Dude.
Bay. I've never watched a show like that. I've never watched a show that can make me laugh and genuinely scare me in the same episode.
The laughs, though.
So
the
good.
laughs are different.
Really?
They're
the
fucking
laughs-
funny. Oh, you haven't watched it?
So I started Cape Fear thinking it was Widow's Bay. Because very
okay.
similar marketing.
They're
very
similar.
similar branding.
Very.
Yeah,
They're similar.
So,
The-
and then
By the way,
realized
I
stuff
was
do.
stunned, flabbergasted that Widow's Bay was not Stephen King. I thought I was like, this is absolutely a Stephen
true.
King adapted for TV.
No, but you know what it is when you hear who made it, then you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense too. It's made by a writer of Parks and Rec and the director of Atlanta, and you put those two together.
yeah, that's
oh,
kinda
you're
what
like,
you
oh
get.
yeah, it's Widow's
Yeah.
Bay. But
Is it genuinely scary or is it?
Yeah, no,
pretty
there are scenes where, I'm like, it's shot in a way with like a scary old woman who's being creepy. Like, yeah, you get like little horror scenes for sure.
Yeah.
But they do a good job. You'll be like, well, fuck, like the old woman's coming, and then like something goofy happens, and you're like, oh, that was kind of funny.
yeah. But that's what it is. That's why I said
Yeah.
the laughs. When you laugh watching the show, I it's a different laugh.
It's like a relief almost. Like,
It's-
okay, I'm not scared anymore.
it
for a
comes
second.
from
But then
down
it brings you
here.
back in.
You laugh for like
You're like grateful
30
for the
seconds
laugh.
straight, and then it kind of peters off. It is
It's like obsession laugh.
kind of, but a little. It comes from the depths of your soul.
Really?
The laugh, like they really, really fucking earn it.
They're good about they also like if you're ever watching a horror movie and you're sort of like you kind of make it real for a second, you're like it'll be something like where like a common like horror trope happens, like the car won't start or something,
Yeah.
and he'll react in a way. Matthew Rhys will be like, oh, fuck, or something that's just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how you would react in that moment, and you laugh for a second, and then so
I
it's
say Obsession is like maybe the only horror film I've ever watched. Light on. I've slept with my light on every single night.
really.
I'm not
I
kidding,
haven't
like-
seen this.
Because that one fucking
seen
scene where
Obsession?
she's
No.
she's like
I don't
in the
know if I can
corner.
watch it, John.
Dude,
Bro.
don't.
I don't know if I can watch it.
It's great.
It's so
Yeah.
good
It's
though.
really, really, really good. I
Somebody,
saw it-
I saw some criticism though. People saying that it was just Big, but with a crazy bitch. It was the plot of Big, but with a crazy sex thing.
I actually watched Big somewhat recently. I'm sure
Just 'cause it was like a
there's,
wish,
There's
right?
like
It was like
7 kinds of show, right? Like
Yeah.
there's 7 plots. But the it is. I saw it in a packed theater. I think I saw it it must have been opening weekend, and everyone was laughing because there are parts
Like
that
an
are funny.
uneasy laughter.
And
Yeah.
there no like full laughter,
Oh.
and there were parts where I was like, that one wasn't funny. That one I was like,
You can't laugh at that.
Not even like you can't laugh at it. Like it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
He's experienced that, and that wasn't a joke. He wasn't being funny about that. That I was like, that's a little much, ladies. That's because you could hear you like that's full lady laughter.
Yeah, what's up with the girls? I think we're normalizing wildly toxic behavior these days. Like every show, doc, and movie I watch these days, you did it again. They are all women cyberbullying and terrorizing people. And I was just like, this is just what you guys do, huh? I said to John, I said, men hit women and women terrorize you with the phone.
but that
And one of
wasn't
those
the-
things
that
you can
wasn't the
do
point.
out when you're not in the same room.
I mean, that wasn't the point. And because there was also like feminists, it was kind of like she wasn't whatever.
Oh,
I
no,
actually didn't watch.
I actually thought it was.
The thing is, he's dying, and his dying wish is to like have this girl like him. or
No,
something?
no.
Oh, he can't
It's
see
a magic thing. But I was gonna. No,
No, it's
like,
One wish will.
it's sexual
literally,
magic.
It's just magic. It's just magic. But I did like that. Like speaking to the feminist thing. Like in the end, it is his fault. Like it is 100% him who's choosing to do it. It's 100% him. But the stuff that is happening as like crazy girl stuff is all based in reality type shit. And you're like, yeah. That one's a tactic. That one's a tactic. But it is like it's like, sorry for the spoiler a little bit, but like it's not really a spoiler. Really, he wished it. It's great.
Yeah,
It's really
okay.
really good.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so much more.
But you're
TV
actually
than
scared?
movies,
Like what
Yeah,
do
what
you
do
say?
you-
This
that's
Danny's
a
got a
funny-
one-wish willow.
Yeah, that's what's scary about that. For like when you
No.
watch a monster movie, you're like, it might be under my bed.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you have like an obsession boyfriend show and you're scared, I don't know what that means
No,
about you.
no, because it's like
worried
she's
it's
in. There was just that one scene where she was in the corner,
Yeah.
and so now just whenever my light's off,
You
then
see her?
I think about that, and also I get the sleep paralysis,
Yeah,
You
sleep
get that
demon.
a lot.
So you
That's a
just
problem
straight
for
up
you.
sleep with the light on, like full on?
full on.
Wow.
Well, so I slept with the light on the whole week after I watched Obsession, and then every now and then I think about it, and then I have to turn on. Or if I get sleep paralysis, I have to wake up, and then I can't.
How often does the sleep paralysis happen to you?
Well, twice a week, but then the rapings happen like once a month.
You're still getting.
I'm kidding. But like by
The rapings. Yo, I don't think I've ever heard someone say the rapings.
The rapings will continue until morale improves. What the fuck?
News, they have like over to our rapings counter. We have 11 this week. The rapings are continuing all summer long here.
No, I thought that was a one-time thing,
I
Jack.
did not know it was casual.
no,
What do
I
you
think
mean
I
this
was
is a
trying
monthly
to soft
occurrence?
launch the rapings. But the rapings-
Bro, what?
Well, and then they started because it's kind of like when my body is in paralysis. When my body's in paralysis, then I obviously go to the worst thing possible. And the guy and the ghost like doesn't. It's like it's not. I can't see him. I can just kind of feel him.
So does he throw down or what?
What is the, can I ask? Like, does he have any human characters?
No,
or is it
no.
just
It's
these-
really just a gust. It's really just being raped by a gust of wind.
So
It's
there's
not
just
even like
Jackie just sleeps with a fan at night. There's just a fan blowing on her pussy, and she's talking about getting raped every night.
And it's just kind of like, anyways. So that's why it's like the rapings are not like actually that.
Stop saying the rapings. It's a good thing this is just like a one-off reunion episode. Demonetized. Algorithm. It's like, what are these three talking about?
Anyway, so I've had a hard time since Obsession.
Bro, but really when you like add up, I mean, you guys would certainly know all the movies better than I am, but like if I think about this year of television, it's a lot, man. Like,
Bro,
I think we're in a little like golden era.
I think it's just things happen cyclically. And every 5 years, 10 years, things change. And like all we've been doing is bitching about how no one goes to movies and blah, 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 and Hollywood's dying and yada, yada. And like now it's like everyone's like, the movies are back. I don't even think things have changed.
They never left, yeah.
I think there's a slight uptick if you look at like zoom out and look at like, I think we're slightly
You think
ahead.
even with television though? I think there's more television.
I actually, I
Too much.
I think we're in too much.
Yeah.
television. Too
But
much
also I
TV.
say that, but then I'll pick up like a new show or an old show even, and I'm like, no, this shit's good.
Oh, it's not.
It's just, but it's too much to consume.
Like,
Like,
I
what
don't think they're gonna start making less.
No, definitely. I think if anything, it's just going to be more and more and more. I just can't believe how many actors, how much of a budget there is for all these things.
Yeah.
There's just like so many talented people out there, good writers, good plots, all that shit.
And then I was reading today that like New York pre-production is back to COVID level, pre-COVID levels.
Mm-hmm.
LA is the same. Like I don't know. I think things just kind of fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Everyone always thinks it's gonna disappear. I don't
no,
know.
it's fucking not.
It's been.
But what
100
I think
years.
what's impressive is like, okay, Game of Thrones, you circle that on your calendar. Some of these like big franchises, but then like Widow's Bay, I never fucking had heard of that, and to me, it's like my favorite show of the year. DTF St. Louis was amazing.
Dude,
And so
DTF
it's
was
all
awesome.
those, while you're waiting for your shows to come back. You also have like 5 or 6 things to. Margot's Got Money Problems was like kind of weird, but I was like, there was an amazing Nick Offerman performance in there and like some good shit to talk about. And I was like, that would have not been on my radar at all.
Yeah.
I thought Beef 2 was incredible.
I still gotta do that.
I didn't
You keep
watch that.
recommending that.
Beef is like neck and neck with White Lotus for me.
Yeah,
It's
it's
that
insane.
good.
I think that's crazy.
Like, it's that good.
I thought when people were on Beef Stick, I was like, I don't see it at all. So season 2, I was kind of like, I didn't.
I love Oscar Isaacs. I am gonna
Yeah.
do that one.
I liked season 2 better. A lot of people were big on season 1, but I liked it a lot.
Interesting.
Did you see what happened today in the movie world where that new movie about ChatGPT, Sam Altman,
Yes.
that Amazon Prime they premiered it or they like screened it, positive screen testings, and Amazon dropped it because they're doing like a $500 billion deal with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Was the movie negative?
No, the movie
About-
definitely.
It's
yeah.
like a negative about AI.
I'm
and
sure
shit.
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Same
yeah.
moment,
Right.
So-
Interesting.
That'll be
That's
interesting
funny.
what happens with that one.
Well, but it's like that's one thing where like I get why Amazon doesn't want to put it out now, but someone's gonna.
Someone for
the
sure
movie's
will.
gonna come out still.
Absolutely.
I get why Amazon going fuck. Well, we just got to deal with this guy, so
Yeah.
like move on. But I if no other network picks it up or no other studio picks it up, that would be
That's
crazy.
a problem. Yeah.
But I get why
It's not gonna,
Amazon's
yeah.
like we have business with this guy.
Yeah, we can't just totally torpedo.
Yeah.
it. I watched. Fuck, what was the name? The Burrows. That got canceled on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I think it got canceled as much as it just ended because if you did watch that show, it did have. It could have just been a wrap up.
Yeah.
And I think trying to do like action movie with old people is just like not really the vibe. But that being said, it premiered to like 9 million viewers, and then like episode 2 got like 5 million viewers, and then they were like by episode 3, it really dropped off, and it was only doing like 3 million viewers, and I was like, God damn! You make a show that has 3 million people an episode, and they're like, you're done. We don't even give you a second shot. I mean, it is hard out there. That's probably also, I think, a budget thing, and also like where does the story go? But that the bar of like success is. Meanwhile, you should have been on Apple. You would have had 10 seasons over there.
That was Duffer Brothers though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
right. But I mean, it really was Stranger Things, but with adults. Like,
Yeah.
So maybe the
I did
maybe
the
the thing
first
is
like,
kids.
3 episodes of that one.
Yeah, it was.
I
it
was part of the 3 million.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. But
Apple TV, does it piss you guys off that when you select something, you can't really tell if it's selected?
Yes.
Pisses me the fuck off.
Yo.
And I know that they know.
all the interfaces bother me.
Yeah.
All of them.
And they're the most glaring issues. We're like, you have to know this is annoying.
Bro, my continue watching is just not my continue watching.
Yeah.
It's just like I watch this show every night for the last week. Why is it not the first fucking thing? And I got to like scroll all the way over to find my show and the ones that are at the front. And I'm sure they do this to make you scroll and to keep you on their streaming platforms. I'm sure there's a reason behind it all, but it's all things that piss you off.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, this is a streamlined experience. They're like, we want you to have to surf around,
Dude.
and it drives me insane.
Hulu is the worst because what Hulu does, Hulu will do a thing where they go, at the end of an episode, there's 30 seconds left in the episode or whatever. But the next episode starts playing in 10 seconds.
Yes.
So there's still technically
Yeah.
20 seconds left on that episode. So when you go back to start rewatching,
Look-
say it's 30 Rock or Modern Family or something like that,
Yeah.
you watch an episode, the next episode starts with those 20 seconds left. And then you got to rewind it back to the beginning. And what happens when you get to the next episode? You betcha there's 20 seconds left. And you can't just stream again. It's like once I'm clearly restarting watching a show,
Yeah.
factory
Put it
settings.
at the front, yes.
Factory settings.
Yes.
All back to 0. It's crazy.
And then the Apple one, there's a couple of them that it's like the way it like highlights your selection is it puts like an underline underneath it. It's like it should be like a box around the.
Yeah.
It should light up a different color or something. I don't know what if a line means. Does the line mean I'm at the thing beneath it or above it? I don't know.
It takes me like yeah.
Yeah,
I'll click- I'll click
it's insane.
Hulu
also,
is the best.
I just use Prime now. You notice that everything goes through Prime.
Everything goes through
How
Prime.
what is
Yeah.
that? How did that happen?
I don't know. It's just like all my subscriptions go through there, and I just all
They
easy
must have
access.
paid
Yeah.
like a boatload because also like
Probably something Sam Altman did.
I'm sure it is though because like I now go to
Sam
HBO.
was like, I got a great idea. We can make everything run through here. And like, we'll drop, what's it called? Artificial.
Yeah,
Artificial.
I go to HBO through Amazon Prime now. That should not be the case. Because like
It also makes it harder to browse.
right.
And they're just
if I'm
promoting
Apple,
their 5 shows or whatever you want to
if I'm HBO, I want you to see all the offerings,
Yeah.
but I just go Amazon to HBO and I click the thing, and it's like I don't know. It seems weird to me that it's all kind of under one umbrella now. But yeah, I mean, there's so much that's been out this year. It's a good time to be a TV watcher.
TV, movies. I just watched it again this weekend. Please watch The Christophers. The Christophers is so fucking good.
What's that?
It's Michaela Cole and Sir Ian McKellen. And Sir Ian McKellen is like a 90-year-old painter. He's a very famous painter. He has a collection called The Christophers. He's never finished it. So his little shithead kids hire Michaela Cole as a forger. And they're like, when he dies,
Why did you look at me?
I'm just telling everyone
Oh,
the story. I'm just bringing you in on the story.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know if like I was supposed to. I
You're
was
like
like the
the
forger
just trying to
girl.
sell your attention. That's all.
Thank you. Sorry.
And so they're like, you be his assistant and finish these paintings, and when he dies, we'll sell them and we'll make tons of money. And so like the first half is kind of like a heist type movie where it's like her getting everything ready to paint, and then the second half it's like this, like what is art, and it's dude. I can tell you the moment this movie gets fucking awesome if you're watching it when Sir-Ian McKellen dips his fingers into the paint. From that next hour,
it rips,
bangs. It's really, 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 really good. I could tell you 10 more movies, but we can move on.
I was going to say, do you feel like you're watching movies differently now that you're doing content like this, or was it always in you?
Much different.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm definitely.
I know you liked movies, but I feel like it's almost like when you start to cover a sport, like, and you know every actor, you know every director, you know the source material, I mean, shit that like you drop names and stuff and references that I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
It has come easier to me than I thought it would. Like
that's how you know. I think that it's like what you should be doing.
When people would do it always bothered me watching people cover hockey who didn't play hockey. So I'm like, how do they fucking know everything like this? I played it. I'm good. Like I can do all this, and I think I just like movies more, and I just care about them enough that I remember it.
It's changing the way you like grade movies though.
Not
are you
really.
are you like softer on it because you're like what it takes to make like there are times where I feel like an asshole, like again with Game of Thrones, knowing that those people put their heart and soul into it, and I was like, I didn't like that. but when you really dig into it and you appreciate what they do, sometimes you're a little more like you're not as ready to be like, this show sucks,
I've always been with movies and TV like I'm never that hard of like I enjoy it so much, like I like it every time. I like everything I watch. I have fun. So it's not that like my grading is always like it was fine.
It goes from pretty good to awesome.
Yeah, it was fine to it's incredible.
Right.
Like,
what about you?
I've gotten a lot lighter for sure.
Lighter,
especially after like doing stuff.
Right, because like when you
just know
edit
how
for like a million hours, it's like, and even if what you just watched was a piece of shit, someone also put a million hours into it.
I also just know how easy it is. Like when you have so many things going at once for just like one thing for it to fall apart. Like that's why it didn't feel complete, or that's why it didn't land the way I know how hard it is. But I still like he is he'll find a silver lining in any movie that we watch.
I mean, also that's my job. Like now that is my job.
Let's talk about this 5-minute scene from this 2-hour clunker.
Yeah. That like literally, I'm like, I gotta find something. And
but that's the kind of the point is you can always find like something good. But I also think that there's some value in being able to be like, that's where like you should do what you do, but I'll be the person who's like that movie kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because you need the honesty,
you need the balance, 100%.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen like I watch it differently for sure. Like I would walk out of everything 100% 2 years ago and be like, that was great. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. Watching it more closely now, I am like I can see differences in people. I'm like, oh, that guy's not a good actor. I notice that now, whereas I kind of didn't.
How has the content been in general? And
I'm not talking about people. I just mean like watching a movie. I'm like, oh, this guy fucking sucks.
Have you guys what's like the almost like the workflow versus like during the podcast days? Like, do you get up for those episodes more than like by the end of the podcast? You're just kind of like, we can do this standing on our heads. Whereas like these are new episodes for you. Are you like worried about it more, into it more?
Very worried about it more.
Yeah.
Like I have a tennis
do you worry about
ball.
all performance? Like when you post it, do you look at the numbers and see if it's
no.
But so you're worried about like the content.
Just like
sure you're doing good.
I just make sure I did everything I could until then. And but like in the moments leading up to it, it's like stand up. Like it is very much like I kind of feel like I'm about to give a performance.
Yeah.
I have a lot of studying that I have to remember.
Right, because you do come across as like you know what you're talking about. Whereas like even when we did it's like, all right, I watched your special. I can talk about the jokes you made, but I don't really like know the ins and outs of how you did it. I feel like you are like diving into how is this movie written and produced and what are your methods.
Much easier with the setup of the show. Like the setup of the show when we were with KFC Radio, it's more like promote your thing, which we don't want to spoil, so we can't talk about too much.
Right.
And then we kind of just shot the shit. Whereas now it's like we're talking about things that came out 10 years ago.
Let's talk about the twist. Or
yeah. Like it doesn't have that same we start with the thing they're promoting, which we kind of usually move on from pretty quick because you can't talk that much.
That's what I was saying before. About
it's
hard to do the TV. And maybe you guys have figured out that like I was thinking, maybe the move is you just don't talk about these things when they're on.
Yeah.
Maybe like if right now you did a Breaking Bad show and you could spoil everything and you probably could get those guys to come back and talk and you do the Widow's Bay thing 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how it's got to go.
That was kind of, we had the idea a couple of different times for different reasons and different things. But then Pavs and I watched Gruden Film Camp. And we were like, we can just do this with TV because it's old plays, and it's Gruden going, now what's going on in your mind here, man?
Right. That's a good. I didn't know that. That's what you're doing. Yeah.
It was like very. I forget what the two things we wanted to combine, but one it was half Gruden Film Camp, half something else, and yeah, it's old things, and people are just more willing to be honest when they're.
And there's nostalgia crushes, man. People just come everywhere from nostalgia. It's
because every fucking movie has a huge fan base.
Yeah.
And they're just dying to see someone talk about it.
Right.
And like
every movie.
Every movie.
Like it's not just like Star Wars. It's like you can find some niche ass movie and there are people who will watch a podcast on it today.
Dude, I can't. My Instagram's unusable anymore because like every time I log onto it, it's just people talking about fucking Dennis Quaid. Like, it's all it is. Like, yeah, fucking Parent Trap has a huge following.
Right.
It's all people talk about.
Yeah, and like when you look at like the rewatch series, like the Boy Meets World people all have like a whole second career now by rewatching their show. And
you guys each watch all the movies that you discuss.
He watches probably more of them than me, but the ones, I guess I'll watch. We do 4. I'll do 2 of them. He'll do all 4.
Yeah.
And then we do a bunch finding those 4 too.
But and you're still into it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you think you're gonna get to a point where you're like, I just want to watch like fucking the Bruins tonight, but I gotta watch this movie for this guy. And
it's like 6 months in, I'm definitely getting more efficient at it. I know, like the first 5 guests or whatever, like. I watched their entire catalog. Literally every single thing you ever did.
Yeah.
And I'm talking TV shows, like
guest appearances.
And I watched every single thing you ever did. And now I know I can look at like how much time they were in something. Like we just did Scott Eastwood, and I saw he was in Fury. And I was like, oh, we're definitely going to talk about that. And I saw you briefly in Fury. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to waste 2 hours rewatching Fury.
Right.
A movie I've already seen. Like when we did Pelfrey, I must have watched 100 hours of stuff.
But it also, I hate to tell you this because it shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like, fuck, it does. You do better when you do your job.
It's 100%. Like I was telling my dad about that. I'm like, it made me see how. And this is hard to tell a man who paid for you to fail out of 7 colleges, but like I was like, I get studying.
Yeah, we know you didn't for a long time. Happy you made that realization at 40, John.
But it also, I found like an interesting middle ground because like I would say for the last 2 months, because I've found how much studying helped. I've been like, oh wow, like kind of like changed how I did things. I've started like taking diligent notes all the time.
Then you're prepared, about and like the show's easier, and the job's
just about
easier.
Like my life.
Oh, interesting.
Like everything, and that was too much. Like for the last 2 months, I've been so stressed and said I just stopped doing it all because like I was like I don't need to organize every single fucking thought. Like I still do it for that, but nothing else anymore because it was like
it's like paralysis by analysis, sort of like
exactly.
There's too much. Yeah,
way.
Like
too
what
much.
else? Like you were like just. Every thought. Like
every thought. I'd like
every
stand-up
joke,
ideas, show ideas, movie ideas.
Are you
just
regular?
We did it last week. Jackie just made her debut.
No, it was the fake debut. Fake debut.
When you what'd you say? You were like, ladies, can I get a comma? Period, comma jokes. Slayed, man.
Caroline wrote that, right?
That was good.
Yes.
Well, you delivered it well, girl.
Dude, Jackie was.
I mean, the glowing reviews.
Unbelievable.
No.
Everybody was saying
Unreal.
it. Yeah.
Stop saying no.
Okay. I did. Yeah.
The main thing I always think of, because you can work on material and you can even have people help you write it and all that. So that's like a big part of it, but there's ways around that. I think the biggest thing is if you can deliver it, and watching both of you guys just dive in and do it, and like I think the rest comes.
Jackie?
I think the fact that you guys are natural right away off the bat of just being on stage and kind of casual is like a big hurdle.
There was a very clear moment when Jackie was doing like you're reading like the script that very largely Tommy and Caroline wrote. Roan helped as well, John Foley. But you were like reading it and you were stumbling over it and it was not good. And then there would be times though where you would be like, oh, you got the joke. So then you would say it so clearly, it was so much confidence, and it was like a 10 out of 10.
Oh,
and that was when I knew. I was like, oh, as long as you memorize this, which I knew you were gonna,
yeah,
you'll be fine.
You're gonna crush it.
Yeah.
And it was this is a long way of saying your instincts are on point.
Oh, thanks.
Like all of your pauses, your instincts were perfect.
Thanks. I think like when I practice it, with a hairbrush as a.
Did you?
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like that before, like I did a much better job. So that's why I'm kind of like whatever. But no, I was just like my big thing was I was just like I have such bad stage fright and social anxiety. So like having to bomb like knowing that everyone's mad at me, I was like, I'm gonna curl up into a little ball and want to die. So I was just happy that I got through it.
Was it more freeing when you like kind of, because it felt like you did accept it, where you were like accepting that it wasn't really Jackie up there?
Well, I was just like, the only thing that got me through it was like in my head, I was like, I'm not doing stand-up comedy. I'm acting as if I were doing
right,
somebody
exactly.
doing
Cosplay
like that, and that got me through it. But altogether, like I still did want to curl up into a like I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't think I would
always...
ever want to do actual stand-up, but I was so happy afterwards and so proud of myself for doing that because like. Yeah.
That's most people's absolute legit last fear, most biggest fear, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you've never given yourself enough credit. I can't tell you, like, you know how often I talk to Bert and he's like legitimately trying to poach you away?
Really?
He's like always asking me, like, what's her deal? Like, is her contract up? Like, I would hire her in a second. Like, there are people, like, I think that happens to everybody at Barstool because, you know, when you're at Barstool, you're playing in the deep end and the bar is, like, extremely high. I think that's a good thing because you got to really, really succeed. But, like, it makes you forget that what you are doing is, like, pretty impressive, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of times people are like, well, I'm not the #1 franchise, and I don't do millions of views, so I stink. And then there's other people out there in other parts of the world who are like, that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know? So you got to remember that. I think you're pretty natural at all the shit you do.
Oh wow, thanks.
I don't knowing
you surprised you?
Yeah, knowing like I know Jackie doesn't think that, but like you just do this stuff that most people could not just do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm like trying to think of like a single.
It's like I know you don't know how to produce a podcast, but you just did that.
Honestly, you're a very good actor.
Yeah.
You act as a producer. You acted as
you faked your way into being a producer because we know you don't know how to do that. You're bad at that.
Insane. I got away with that.
When you started acting in the skits, I was just like, oh, you can just actually act.
Yeah.
And then now you start Fishbowl, then you do the apartment show, then you're doing stand up. Like you just keep adding.
Well, I'm not doing stand up.
But it's like I know you're not doing stand up, but the next time that they come and say we have this idea to do something on stage that's kind of like stand up, you know you can do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I think like I just have to figure like I'm sure like everything I'm not like great at from the get go, but like I'm sure if I like actually tried something.
Yeah, it takes time and
effort.
obviously.
Yeah. But so now I'm just trying to like try. I'm really trying to. I hate doing TikToks, but at least like I'm just trying to.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just.
What is this baby elbow?
Oh, that was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen.
What is this baby?
That was the most made up thing I've ever heard.
And it was like, what are you talking
No, I was just about to say how great Jackie's TikToks are. That was the worst TikTok of all time.
Really, I got 300,000.
Hit us with the view count. What was it? How many views?
300,000 views.
300,000.
So, but here's the thing: it was like I actually said it knowing that it probably wasn't true.
Oh.
But then I was just like, I'm gonna say this fact.
Oh,
and then
so you're
everyone
being a troll.
What?
You're being a troll.
She's acting.
You're acting.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, I don't actually know, but like that. But also, what the fuck else is that?
I don't know, just like
Did
a
you
crease
Google it
in
or
your
anything
body.
before you
No,
said that?
everyone has one.
Well,
like,
I don't know this.
Have it.
I didn't
Okay,
see
so
it.
look at your arms.
You have a crease in your arm, and that's where your elbow used to be when you were a baby.
Okay,
That's
but
your baby
why would that
elbow.
not
She
make
has
sense?
a really prominent one.
Why would that not make sense? Wait, roll it up.
It's like it's like right there usually, right? It's like in the middle of your bicep.
I looked for it. I got none.
I don't have it. She has it. That's it. You're the only one
Oh,
who has it.
so many people have it.
Who? What? Like nothing.
Wait, hold on. Okay, bend a little bit more.
have,
Apparently, it kind of goes away by the time you're 30. But
she hit us with one. I was like, oh, only people under 30 can hear the sound. Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're almost dead. You have it on both elbows?
I can't even. Yeah. Well,
But no,
right
the
there.
right is really.
But then, what else would that be? And
I don't know.
okay,
There's
isn't
just
it-
like
was it
creases.
crazy
So
concept?
many other
Like,
things
dude,
before
look at that.
my
Look at that.
baby
Look at that
elbow
wrinkle.
stuck in my
No.
arm.
Look at that
No.
wrinkle on my
What are
wrist.
you talking
It must
about?
be my baby
What
wrist.
else would that be?
Everyone else, and but for the record,
What else?
What? Is it a crazy concept? Is it a crazy
You know what?
concept?
Have you seen when people say everyone has like a freckle on their forearm?
Oh, everyone has
That-
a freckle on their thigh.
That kind of like does prove more often true than not. I've never seen this elbow thing. You're fucking making that up.
Freckle on the thigh is that's just a lot of fucking area.
Yeah.
A lot of surface area. Of course I'm
Until
probably
I
gonna
hit
have a
no,
freckle there.
right here. Girls all have left thigh.
Do you
or
have
not
one
left,
on your
right
forearm?
in the middle.
On my forearm? What am I looking for?
Just like a freckle, like kind of in the
I got
middle
a
of your
lot
forearm.
freckles. But I don't know if I have one that you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Like usually, like there's like always kind of like one like in the middle that you just like that. Like that's a good example. Like a lot of people just have like one like that.
Okay.
Not me.
Well, also, like, is it a crazy concept for arms to grow?
No, that's not a
What are you
crazy
what are you
concept.
talking about?
I'll tell you what
Arms
is crazy.
absolutely
to
grow.
think
Do you
that
agree
have,
with me that arms grow.
Yes. Yes. All right. Yes. Yep. You got me so far.
Okay. So would it be a crazy concept for your skin to move a little bit if your arm grows?
What?
Would it be? This is a yes or no question. Would it be a crazy concept for your skin to move a little bit if your arm grows?
No, it would not be.
No, it would not be crazy.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
What's the next one?
So is it possible that your arm grew a little bit and maybe where your elbow was, the skin moved up ever so slightly along with it, and you already had wrinkles from it always bending
So
there?
she's saying like, your wrinkle like is like this as a kid, and then as you grow, your wrinkle like moves up to here.
To there.
Okay.
Because you're adding
So
more
can I see it
skin.
one more time?
This one's better.
Okay. So
I think you just have like a scar on your elbow or
Your
something.
arm.
I love how she flexes every time. Popeye
Your
over
arm
here.
from baby to 26-year-old moved an inch.
I don't know why I keep holding the mic.
Speak up, baby.
Yeah. So right there. Okay, so my elbow, I don't understand the logistics of it either, but like would it, there like maybe like my baby is there.
My baby.
and then Jackie grows.
I am.
Right there.
I am petitioning to change the topic.
Yeah. Petition.
Jackie grows. We did get that. Once we got that clip, all right, we can
Never
move
good.
on.
You know what? It's funny when I did Sports Central for a couple weeks. Like I've been a guest on a show before, but not for like 2 straight weeks. You start to feel like you're.
Yeah.
I kind of like fell back into my old podcasting, but I'm letting them like dictate the show because it's theirs, and like they will just like it's the Knicks. The Knicks are like on the verge of winning. Or like maybe even like the day the Knicks won. I'm like, here we go. And they start off with like an argument with Clemmer and Meek for like 40 minutes. I'm just like, are we going to keep doing this? Like, and there were even times I tried to be like, and I'm thinking like, I've done this for a little while. I think I know how shows flow. So like whatever. So I'll be like, all right, let's, something like that. And Clemmer will be like, no. No, he said. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Just like Marty, I'm like, you guys are great. At one point, as the argument was happening, I look at Marty on the mic. I go, I don't even know how the show works. How do you guys do this? So it's just funny. Like,
Do they talk about just sports stuff? Like, or is it also like.
all your sports needs at Sports Central. You can get it there. But yeah, I was there for like the Knicks run, but I was like, I think I'll pop on there more often going forward. But I realized like, when they want to talk about like the Mets Reds, I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
When there's if we get a championship run, I'll be there, boys.
I remember one time we were doing KFC Radio, old studio here in this office, and we were interviewing Kirk for something. And like he had just come back from a run.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
he was on this TV over here.
Yep.
And he was talking about like, he was like, I mean, what do we get? I talk about like how I think Belichick coached the game.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing him say that. I'm like, you can say that?
And you can say how much it sucks.
I was like, you can say you don't give a fuck about this? Like,
I
you
really
can
think
say I don't want to talk about that. It like blew my mind.
I think getting older. I think getting older is realizing you can say that.
Yeah.
and getting older is realizing that like not being the most diehard sports fan is not like an affront to you as a person.
It's not a career ender.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I like other things too.
Right. and I mean, I think if you're betting and if you have an alma mater in college and if your team's a dynasty, like all that shit. But when you, especially like, I just don't have the same hours in the day. You're taking care of kids. You're doing other shit. There's all this television to watch, all this other type of content to watch. It's like I'm just not gonna freak out about this like regular season baseball game like the way I used to. And in the beginning, that feels like, okay, I am no longer a man. I am no longer cool. Nobody likes me. Blah blah blah. And then I think eventually you just realize like, oh, it's okay. Like, you cannot be a sports freak and like life still goes on.
I'm watching the Mets game with my dad, or
I-
not watching.
okay,
Not
I was
watching
gonna
the
say,
Mets
that's
game with my
insane.
dad. Or the last 2 nights I was home though, and the Mets lost both games, and we just won a Knicks championship. We just won. I mean, he's just watching on his phone, just going like this. 8-1, by the way. 8-1. 11-1. 11-1. They suck. 11-1. Can you believe that? I'm like,
Mikey, it's 13-1 now.
13-1.
Can you believe it?
I get it. They stink. They stink. Let's enjoy Father's Day. They're terrible.
I got I'm so checked out of baseball, but I got dunked on so bad the other day. Anytime I didn't even know the Mets were playing the Phillies. I'm so checked out. I didn't even know the Mets were playing the Phillies, which is something you would always know.
Yeah.
And anytime anything's going on with Philly, I usually get a text message from our buddy Shane Gillis, and it's usually just like if the Mets are winning, I'll text him and be like, "Isn't baseball great?" And he'll be like, "Baseball's gay." And then if the Phillies are winning, I don't even watch baseball anymore. And so he sent me a screenshot of the game, 13-1 or whatever, and I was like, "All right, we're gonna do these little pictures back and forth." Like, all right. And I sent a picture of the Knicks celebrating the championship, and he's like, "Oh yeah, those guys are great. They invited me to their after party." Cool. I'll see myself out. I'm gonna go watch the Mets get beat by fucking 15 runs. Thanks, man. Like, God damn it. Yeah. Like, you win that round, Gillis, and every round from here ever. Oh man. What else we got?
I got one. I was at dinner the other day, my mom's birthday, and Polly was telling stories. Polly hasn't told a story in a while. Polly's in grandma mode. Polly's a 3-time grandma now.
Yeah.
And she was telling a story for her birthday dinner about a time my brother was a bit of a maniac in high school, just kind of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he had he smoked a lot of weed. He was a stoner. And he had this flat roof outside of his bedroom window that he'd go out on and smoke weed.
Hell yeah.
And him and my mom
just seems like that's almost like a TV thing. Like I sneak out on my roof and I smoke weed. Like
my mom, who's a hippie but doesn't like smoke weed or anything like that, and she found out about it, and she had the idea, or they had the idea together, that they were going to grow weed on the roof, and we were doing construction on our house at the time, and my mom was so about it that she went to the construction workers and she was like, "This is 15 years ago." Long time ago. Weed not legal. Went to the construction workers and was like, "Hey, me and my 13-year-old son were thinking about growing weed on that roof. What's the weight it can handle up there?" Now,
Polly moves weight, dog.
Mind you, this roof completely visible from the street. And I was at dinner, I was like, and she said, and they said no. They said it couldn't handle that much weight. And I was like, "So what were you gonna do if they said yes?" And it was like it'd been the first time she'd been asked the question. And she was like,
I thought about that.
"I guess we were going to become drug dealers."
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
She was like, "I hadn't thought about that. I guess we were going to become drug dealers after that."
She's the goat, man. She is the best. She's one of the all-time mothers. Man. Oh, speaking of mother, has anybody seen Motherly Instinct? Maternal Instinct?
No, but I've heard about it. Oh
you heard a lot about it?
A lot of good things about it.
No good things.
No. I mean, it's good. It's bad for the world.
Oh, really?
I think this is the moment that true crime, we've gone too far with the true crime.
Really?
Like, I don't think this documentary should be in existence. That's how bad this
You think the
story
people
is.
are gonna try and do that again?
I just think it's too much. I don't think that show needed to be portrayed by not just like a true crime doc. That needed to be like you've tuned into like 1,000 Ways to Die, with the most gruesome stories that you watch on Fox at 1 a.m. one night, where it's like you're tuned in for Faces of Death. You're gonna watch some fucked up shock value horror type shit. This felt like a doc. Like it had the same lighting.
Is it?
And
I don't
music.
understand.
It is a doc,
okay.
but it's just like all the other ones, where it's like, oh my God, that mom was actually secretly bullying her daughter, texting. It starts out like that, which is bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, this woman is.
Which isn't bad.
No, but there's a lot of docs now that are like, it's usually like a wife or a mother who's secretly cyberbullying while they pretend that they have cancer, or they pretend that, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's all delusional and crazy, but it's like, oh, that's just a crazy person. And then this shit gets so dark that I was like, I wish I did not watch it.
Really?
It was, I mean, it is.
Not going to watch it.
The cyberbullying female is already triggering enough for me. I'm always like, I don't do this. And then, I'll just tell you? Yeah, okay. So,
wait, can I pause and pee here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with it.
We were just taking a piss, and it reminded me of something. I took this picture at TD Garden at a Bruins game the other day. Not the other day, a couple months ago. I went back. These have been in the bathrooms at TD Garden, I think, for a couple of years. I don't understand them at all. I went back in between. I went
So
back
it's
during
a
periods.
clear glass or plastic partition in between the urinals.
So
but you
it's
can
like-
see so that you can still see other guys' dicks, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
well, we can't. You don't want to take away that from
it's
them.
like so you're not gonna. It's a.
I got
Is that a COVID thing?
It's
Where it's like
no cocaine.
no cocaine.
So you can't lock in between it.
Really?
That's my guess. You can't hide anything
Okay,
down
now
there.
let me tell you this. I had a buddy.
John's like, I did cocaine. It did not stop me.
Doesn't work so well. But I had a buddy who his dad was an architect, and he was an architect for New York City bars and New York City clubs and stuff like that. And I was dumb at the time. I was young. We were probably in high school. And I was like, oh, they probably want to make sure you they don't want individual bathrooms and stuff like that, so you can't do cocaine in them. And he looked at me and went, that's what they want.
I was gonna say,
so you can do cocaine.
you want to have the best bathrooms in the
And I
city.
was like, oh,
Yeah.
again, they want the people who want to party to come.
Yeah.
So they all want individual bathrooms. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And I wonder if TD Garden would be the same, where they would want, but they probably want more of a family environment.
I would imagine a stadium's a little different than a bar.
Got to make sure the boys can do coke in here.
Imagine your bar just sucks. It's like bad food, no TVs, like small, no seats, but your Coke bathrooms are awesome.
That's
So
Taff-
you gotta go to
every time
Jackie's. That
Taffer
place is
walks
great.
in, shut it down. He just builds 2 porta potties. Perfect.
That is great. What were we talking about? Motherly Instinct. Let me.
Oh yeah.
So the doc starts out. So spoilers, heavy spoilers. If you're gonna watch it, stop now. The doc starts out with a woman getting pulled over, and she's like, "I'm in labor. I need to get to the hospital." And there's a baby in her lap with an umbilical cord, and it's like blurred out. And they do it in such a way where that's pretty quick, and you're sort of like, wait, what the fuck happened? And then they go back in time and they start telling the story. And at least when I was watching it, like almost forgot that for a second. I was just sort of like, that was weird. But now we're talking about this woman and how she's lying about everything else. And she lies about money. She's like buying her mother-in-law a $100,000 car. She's buying like a $5 million ranch for her husband. And everyone's sort of like, she doesn't have the money. We don't know how this is happening. So we quickly go to that. So your brain is just sort of like, okay, this woman's a liar and a manipulator. And then she announces she's pregnant, and they introduced new characters on the dock who were her old friends, and they were like, Taylor had a hysterectomy when we were friends with her. Like, she cannot get pregnant. So then you're sort of like, oh, wow, this bitch is really lying, you know? And the lies keep piling up. And then the doc starts to catch back up to the beginning like the beginning scene, you know? So then as a viewer, as I'm like, I'm thinking about the cyber shit and the, lying. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Eventually this woman has to get a baby. Like, I know where this story's going. They already gave you like the spoiler, you know? So I was like, how the fuck does somebody get a newborn baby with an umbilical cord? Like, how do you do that? She's gonna like have to break into a fucking hospital and like
Cut it
kidnap
out
a
of
baby.
somebody.
She cut the baby out of a chick. She wanted to be a photographer, and so she linked up with another photographer on like Facebook. And this girl was, and the doc shows that family, and they're like, this woman Reagan was just like this amazing woman. All she ever wanted to be was a mom, and all this shit. And she drove to that woman's house, and she stabbed her 100 times. And as she was dying, she said, like, please cut the baby out of me because, like, the baby's going to die.
Jesus.
So she took the baby out and then tried to drive to the hospital and say that it was hers. And the only reason there was a clinic.
Wait, but she killed her with that intention, right?
Yes. Yeah. The plan was always to kill and get the baby. But I guess as it was happening, the woman was like, get the baby out of me. And there was a clinic that did like her hysterectomy, and so they knew, but they were like, we had HIPAA rules, we can't like say anything. But the family was like calling around trying to figure out all the lies, and these clinics kept saying, we can't tell you anything, but go with your gut, like you're on to something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then they said the only time that you can violate HIPAA is if there's like danger involved, and they thought they alerted the authorities and the hospitals saying this woman's gonna come try to steal a baby, like she's gonna get into like your newborn unit and take a baby. So the cops were kind of tipped off, and so they knew, like, they kind of put it all together, and like the first thing they do is like a nurse and a doctor is like inspecting her or examining her, and they're like, this woman did not give birth. Like, you know,
I imagine that's pretty clear.
Yeah. And she's like covered in blood, but it's not her blood.
Imagine you had a pussy that wasn't sure.
Yo,
like,
you got
maybe.
Worst pussy ever. But
Yeah, she definitely could have, I guess.
but the craziest thing was, like, there was a whole dock worth of people, 2, 3, 4 families worth of people, friends, and they all were sort of like, it's not my business. Like, I know she's lying. I know she's crazy, but, like, I'm not going to get involved. There was the grandmother of the woman who, like, got killed, I guess, had another baby. No, wait, what was it? There was someone who was like, if I speak up on this, yeah, it was I guess it was her mother-in-law, like, knew, but she was like, if I speak up on this, she'll take away my grandkids. Like, I'll never see my grandkids again. And I need to worry about, like, keeping them safe.
Yeah.
So it was just, like, all of these reasons of people, like, not saying anything, which I get. I'm a person who's, like, I stay out of everybody's shit.
Yeah.
But it resulted in a girl getting murdered and a baby getting chopped out.
Right,
And all you need to do is speak up and be like, yo, something's going crazy over there,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, like, they're victims in their own right, too. This woman, like, destroyed probably, like, 35 lives. Like, so many families and so many... But I was like, this is not just your, like, murder story or whatever. I was like, I didn't need to see this. I did not need to fucking watch this. That felt like irresponsible.
Yeah.
Like, had she not gone to the hospital after, would she have gotten caught?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. Like, what was the real game plan? You're just chopping the baby out, like, and then... I mean, also, I was joking. So Josh Wolf made a video about it, and I was like, all right, I got to give it a watch because he was like, this is crazy. And then I was watching it and texting him as I was watching. So in the beginning, I was like, yo, this girl rocks. Like, she's the. I wish I had the confidence she had. I wish I had the skills she had. And then I was like, oh, the murder part. But when she faked her pregnancy, it was straight Costanza. She was faking this pregnancy. She bought a baby bump that moves. Looks like there's kicking. And then it was like 10 months. And she was like, I'm late. And all the women were like, you don't usually get that late. Yeah. And then they were like, today is inducement day. Like, we're having the baby. Her house burned down. And they're like, we can't go to the hospital. Our house is on fire. A few more weeks, there's another inducement day. Oh, a bomb threat's been called into the hospital. And, like, everybody was like, we know what's going on here. And they just kept going along with it. Which is like, I imagine that you're married to this woman and you're like, every night it's like, she's still faking this pregnancy. Yeah. I know there's not a baby in there, and you're sitting there watching, like, fucking Jeopardy together. So it's insane, man. It was the sickest thing I've ever watched. Do not watch it unless you're a real sick pup. But yeah, there's just a ton out there. So much good shit to watch. And I feel like people are gonna be happy that we got a little reunion here.
I think so.
I feel like a lot of people were pumped about even just getting one episode.
It was legitimately the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my god. Like the first championship since we left.
I know. Unbelievable. But in a weird way.
And nothing's been going on in Boston sports, so we didn't miss anything on our end.
maybe the tables have turned. I don't know. Maybe my time. Maybe it's my time.
It's not been great in Boston.
Yeah. I mean, things are cyclical, like you said.
Yeah.
But I also was thinking, how bad would it have been? Imagine if we were like, all right, let's wrap up. Like, you know, September 1st or something, if it went like another year, and then we had like this whole championship thing. That would have thrown a real wrench into all sorts of plans. Numbers probably would have gone back up. All of a sudden, we just keep doing the podcast anyway. Maybe it would have been good. I don't know. But yeah, I think people are going to be excited for a little reunion. So,
do we make the list of the things that need to happen for us to do another reunion?
Well, no.
We're going to do that as...
keep a list.
Yeah, so so I'll hit the group text and be like, did you see, like, this show came out, and did you see this crazy story, and this guy's addicted to porn, and this guy murdered somebody? Yeah. And we'll be like, bam, 10, we got to do another episode. Okay. And you know, we'll have to have some discretion on what really counts as a thing, because you could do that with a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But the fans, too. And if the fans if there's an overwhelming, like, consensus, like, oh, we need the guys to talk about this, then we'll do that.
I actually was just looking at my list of things. One thing I think is a good area to talk about, the Samara Weaving laugh.
Oh, this was funny. This was really funny. So we had a clip from Seeing Steelers go really viral. It was Samara Weaving talking about how she has a Harry Potter tattoo and how she hid it from Daniel Radcliffe. and with that clip has like 7 million views, and there are just hundreds of comments being like, "This is the way a dude laughs when a hot girl is talking."
Oh,
and
you're laughing hard.
And I left all the laughs in. He is geeking on this clip.
I was talking about that.
She's got a tattoo.
Jumping out of his shit.
Look, it was very, very funny.
Is that
but-
why it has so many views?
No,
No,
the clip's
it's an unbelievable story.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
an unbelievable story. But that was just a funny thing.
Did he,
And-
did he go like this? No way, dude! No way, dude!
He did that exact thing.
Yep. I love that one. That's when you know you got John. No way, dude!
You're saying it like him too.
No way!
Yeah.
I love that. But that's also like, that's. I can see all those types. If you laugh too much or you whatever as you're interviewing, like I can see maybe as a viewer that might come across a way. In the moment, though, it makes that guest feel like,
Bro,
Yeah.
also
you gotta have your energy
Yeah.
up and all
In
that
the
shit.
moment.
It was the right
It was
reaction.
fun.
the first time, Samara Weaving is telling me a story about
that's
when
a good
Daniel
story.
Radcliffe caught her Harry Potter tattoo.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable story.
Yeah,
I was.
that's a
pretty-
no way, dude
I'm
moment,
locked in on that. I'm reacting to that to get as
Right.
much out of that story as I can.
100%.
I am.
Absolutely.
I'll never if your knock against me is like I'm too animated,
Oh my God, it's
energetic,
like pet peeve.
passionate. It's
Yeah.
like that goes back to the like being cool and cringe, meaning
Yeah.
like everything in the world. You want to just be so you got a Harry Potter tattoo,
Dude, that
whatever. It's like no, that's not what.
the first 5 minutes of Scene Stealers every time, 10
Yeah.
minutes is just me being so excited and just dumping a million things on because it's like
It's like Chris Farley. Remember one?
yeah.
Remember when you did that movie? That was awesome.
And then
Remember when you won the
like-
Oscar? That was awesome.
I settled down a little bit after that, but I
Yeah.
was just so excited that I'm very.
But that's what I mean is like you can really tell that now. That's probably similar to when a sports podcast has on their biggest sports hero. It's like that really does translate with you guys. So I think that's what you want is like more because you want more cinephile movie dorks to come watch.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's how you get it is by people being like, holy fucking shit, this is amazing.
It's so cool. Though.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Those are good. You guys have gotten good guests too.
Yeah.
Those are all like
Shout out to
you gotta-
Barry.
Shout out
yeah,
JB.
I mean, you got and it unfortunately really does prove that like when you pick a lane and you niche down a little bit and you specialize, it's like you're gonna get big names and a lot of audience because they just want this one thing. It's like you're doing it.
Yeah, and it's also like we just genuinely like it. So like
That's-
it is like we
You
kind of-
want to like it's when the whole thing about the internet when you have to like specialize in one lane. When you want to specialize,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, I can just do this one thing I love over and over again, and it's actually going to benefit me more. Where the problem is, like, when I do it, I'm like, I want to talk about all these things, like a little bit of everything, and that
Yeah.
just doesn't work. But if you want to just talk movies and acting, it's like, here we go.
It is like we had the idea like early on where it was like we're not concerned with views or anything like that. It's just make sure they're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I don't know, we've probably done 10, 12 interviews, something like that. Like 100% of the time when they walk out, they're like, this is my favorite interview I've ever done. It's like, no shit, I just sucked your dick for an hour.
I remember when I did that Pedro interview in like 2009. That was like the first interview I ever did. We just showed him his 10 best highlights.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm like, yo, this is awesome.
And then they go, yeah, it was.
It's
Next clip.
Literally picking an athlete, bringing in their 10 coolest moments and going, how sick was that? And
Yeah.
they're going, you know what? That was sick. And it's also like with actors, like we were talking about because everyone cries on the show. And we were talking about, we just had Murray Bartlett, and Murray cried watching The Last of Us. A beautiful episode.
That episode's
Like,
unreal, yeah.
I was weeping watching that in preparation, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna prepare myself in front of him. I didn't. I kind of wanted to be honest, but whatever.
John's sitting there like, come on, cry.
But wait, why was I saying all that?
Everybody cries.
Oh yeah, and so then I got out of that interview, and I was sitting with Gaz, and he's like, how'd it go? I went, that was good. He cried. He's like, yeah, everyone does that. And I was like, yeah, I know, but we've thought about it where it's like, actors are first of all very emotional people,
Mm-hmm.
and second of all, we're just going, look how far you've made it in your career.
Right.
How cool
Remember
is
when
that?
you started from nothing and now you won the
Because
Oscar?
it starts like we always have one of their old movies. We
Yeah.
always have one of their great movies. And it's like, yeah, that's an emotional roller coaster that an emotional person is going to cry almost every time.
and it is. I think it matters that like actors will appreciate that. Like if we sat with some of our comic friends and we're like, remember when you came from nothing
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
made it to Madison Square Garden? They'd be like, yeah, that was cool. You know? But actors are going to be like, yeah, I poured my heart, sweat, and tears into this and like play along with it.
Yeah.
You know, make it all dramatic, hype it up. But it's great. I mean, I wonder, I feel like hopefully one day we look back like the same way. I remember when like Part of My Take had on Adam Morrison like so early. And I feel like Chris Pratt for you guys might be a big one where it was like, I wonder how much that might have impacted early other guests where it was like if Chris Pratt did it, we go.
I would guess a lot, but I think Pelfrey.
Pelfrey was a big one?
People always ask me like, who's your favorite guest so far, and I don't think there will ever be an answer other than Pelfrey.
Yeah, he's the man.
Pelfrey was like he was just so. It just felt so natural. It was like, okay, there was a lot unknown when we were like, we don't know what's coming,
I had no
what's
idea.
happening.
I remember thinking like, I don't know if this interview even makes sense for our show.
Yeah.
Like, but man, he made perfect sense. He was awesome.
He was and like it just felt right. Where it was like, oh, okay, this is the right thing, and it's gonna be hard to ever like top Pelfrey. But like. Yeah, I think even Pratt said yes because of Pelfrey. I think Pelfrey was because at the time Pelfrey's a fucking Emmy winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Task was such a big deal.
Or
like,
Emmy nominee. Emmy winner now.
Yep.
Because he won for Task, right? No, he didn't win for Task.
No.
So he's still an Emmy nominee, but he'd been nominated for Ozark. But like that's a big get for them.
Yeah.
He was literally like the actor of the moment, and for him to say yes to that and
For
then
a
come
brand
in
new
and be
show.
so fucking cool. And he bought in. Like we've had a hard time getting actors to send their scenes and be like, here's an actor I care about.
Yeah.
Pelfrey was so into.
He did his homework and shit.
He did
Yeah.
fucking. It was Daniel Day-Lewis. It was in the Crucible, and he gave like such a great impassioned speech about that. And I was like, this is right. This is like what's gonna work.
That's awesome.
And that was your first one too,
The
right?
very first one.
Yeah.
KFC
Yeah, I
Radio
feel
is
like
still
you
on.
needed-
Right.
Yeah.
It was like he came in and did that and Scene Stealers, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything about like when I help out with It Girl, it's like all the influencers who come in, like they all have like a very tangible like star power type thing. Do you notice that they're like star power or like just normal people?
I would say normal people.
I feel like
And
actors are, yeah.
I would say I'd like to hear your opinion on this as well, but I would say everyone here is stunned by how normal every actor is versus the star power of influencers who come in like demanding attention and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But actors are also like acting. You know what I mean? Like I think influencers really think they're like important.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I have a lot of followers and people like me now, whereas actors are like, I do this role, I do that role. And
I
like,
think the opposite. I think the influencers are acting. And they're like, this is what I should be doing because I'm a big star.
Yeah. Okay.
And the big stars are going, I'm a big star. I don't need all this shit.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
Like-
yeah.
like-
It's like real talent and real like passion for what you do versus like I'm just doing this because I can make money and got followers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I
Yeah.
have to act like this because that's how
Yeah.
people act. Whereas like
interesting.
literally every single Sage who does a lot of the handling of the guests, every single time she's like, what a great person. They're so nice and they're so welcoming and warm and they're going to be great.
It's funny because I feel like you either get one or the other, where it's like you hear of like, I don't know, somebody, an A-lister who's like my rider, I need the M&Ms, and then you can't look at me or whatever. There's just two different types of celebrities, I feel like, where you either are an asshole or not.
I also think that stuff is just like, I don't think there are many people like that.
I think it's very few, yeah.
I think what ends up happening is like, so there was an instance with Bert where this is probably in like January, I think, and there was a show where someone came into the green room, and there was a lot that had happened. There was a lot of issues with security at the show, and someone just came into the green room, and it was like right after Kirk. It honestly might have been the weekend of Kirk, and Bert handled it very, very well, but was like, he was laughing about it. Was kind of like, hey, what the fuck, guys? You know, like there's supposed to be a security guard outside our door,
Right.
just making sure strangers don't roll into the green room, and then like everyone took it so seriously, and like from then on, I felt the difference from the security guards. I felt them not looking up when I walked by. I felt like they had gotten a message, like it's time to fucking lock in.
Right.
And I think almost that's what happens. I don't think any celebrity ever comes in and is like, no one better look at me. I think like
somebody fucked up and then they yell
and
it's
they get
like
yelled at, and but everything gets blamed on the celebrity.
Right.
But what happened was some asshole fucked up, and then everyone
tightens up.
Had to tighten up.
And I also think that like it's like Kanye West might be like, you can't look me in the eye. He's a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's like an insane diva. The rest of the people are normal.
Yeah.
you
Dude,
know?
right after that, so that happened after the show, and then we're going to dinner. This is Peoria, Illinois. It's midnight in the middle of January, whatever it is, and there's literally nobody around. It's an empty street. We are going to a steakhouse that is closed on Sundays, opened just for us. There's nobody around anywhere. But as we're in this car, we have like a runner driving us from the arena to the dinner, And we're kind of just laughing about the situation. Like, we're all kind of joking about it. Like, can you believe that? Like, fucking guy walked in, blah, blah, blah. And you can see this Midwestern mom who's the runner. Like, just in a sweatshirt. And she's kind of like looking around. And you can hear us being like, the fucking security. I mean, how can security allow something like that? And she's looking, and you can start seeing her be like, this is on me, right? And she goes,
This is my moment.
She goes full Mark Wahlberg. She looks at Bert. She goes, wouldn't have happened if I was there, sir. And we're like,
It's like, okay,
what?
okay, Susan, calm down.
I'm not talking about you. And we pull up to the steakhouse, and there's one person maybe halfway down the block smoking a cigarette. And she goes, don't worry, I'll create a diversion. And she throws it in park, and she jumps out of the car, and she goes, no one look this way! No one look this way! Look the other way! And the four of us are pulling out of the car, and we're like slowly walking, like, sorry, we didn't tell her to do any of this. And I'm the last one in, and she grabs me by the arm, and she goes, if anything goes wrong at dinner, I'll be right here. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Walk in, we're eating dinner. Halfway through dinner, I go out to have a smoke, and she's gone. And I was like, I wouldn't have cared. But you grabbed me and were like, I'll be here. Like, I never would have thought that lady better be outside the whole fucking time.
It's literally Melissa McCarthy's character in Bridesmaids.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly that.
It was
Doing
so
like reconnaissance.
So she looked just like that. It was so fucking funny.
Are you going back on the road at all with him?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know he's off the road now. He's filming Freebird 2 for the summer.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of all this Nate Bargatze shit?
What do I think of it? I think the movie wasn't very good. I don't know much about more than that. I think he kind of just didn't have the right energy for that movie. He seems a little more mean-spirited than I remember.
Interesting.
And at least in the movie, like, it wasn't as goofy dad comedy. It was kind of more like, ugh, this is annoying, and it just didn't really play. But you mean more for the UFC stuff?
Yeah, just like the political, like I just saw not a lot, but a few tweets here and there from probably like left leaning political people being like, didn't expect Nate Bargatze to like ruin his career this weekend, but here we are, and I'm like, I don't think Nate Bargatze ruined his career.
I don't think he ruined it. I think the movie was worse for his career than that
really?
Was. I just don't. I think like. At least before the movie, I was like, Nate might be the guy who can get a fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then it didn't work, so now it's kind of like, oh, okay, not even he's that guy.
Right. It's a hard guy to be.
It's
like,
a hard guy to be.
And I'm sure it does fine, successful enough. Like, it's not like it's a failure, but it's like, I think these guys do that wanting it to be like super bad or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just not the. But I think what's interesting is like.
The Nate stuff,
people just forget. It's like, of course, Nate Bargatze, like, that's where he grew up. I
he's
don't know what his politics
conservative-
are, but he's going to be at those parties and rubbing elbows with those people, baby elbows with those people.
He's a conservative Christian from Tennessee, of course.
Yeah.
That's probably what his politics were. What bothers me is when people pretend it's not political. Don't pretend. Like, what? People care that I'm hanging out with Donald Trump? Like,
But I kind of think even
moron,
worse than
dude.
that is like I think he did. I think people know it and they try to hide it, and then they get kind of caught.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you could go to those parties and be like, post a picture with Donald Trump. You don't for a reason.
Right.
But then someone else posts a picture of you and it's a thing, and it's like, oh, so you were kind of. And again, you should be able to go to whatever party you want and do all those things, but don't act like it's not.
That's
be a
what
thing,
bothers me. Yeah.
If you're
If
front
you're like,
and center at UFC 250, like people are gonna say some shit, and then you have to go out there and be like, shut the fuck up. But you got to do that because that's how the world is.
And
now.
if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But like, I don't. It's been a decade of this. It is.
Yeah.
It's a political.
Everybody
statement to
pretending.
Yeah. Be like, well, this is just you. It's at the fucking White House.
Right.
Like, it's.
But
If
then
you want to
also
go,
pretending
go.
on
Just
the other
don't
side.
pretend you're shocked it's a thing.
And then pretending on the other side of like, do you genuinely now like renounce all things of Nate Bargatze because you're at this party?
Right.
Or are you just like, I have to do that because of my political alliances? That's what we do. We renounce them, So it's like you're lying, he's lying, they're lying, we're all pretending. It just is what it is. No one's right or wrong. Let's just pretend, or let's just be honest about the situation, you know? But I do wonder sometimes if it's like, is it worth it to go to those parties, or then do you feel like, well, I should be able to go to whatever party I want? I don't know. It's when you got a lot to lose.
You can
like
forever. You can go to whatever fucking party you want. You got to answer questions about it afterwards.
right.
But like, yeah, absolutely. If the president invites you to the White House, really strongly consider going.
But
don't pretend it's
like
not
you
going to
can't
be a
believe.
thing after.
Yeah,
like,
the motocross outside the White House was crazy.
that was nuts.
That was so bad. I almost the motocross and the reflection pool are unbelievable.
That it actually was
the
such
reflection
a.
pool is unbelievable.
I was thinking
the reflection pool is the giant long pool, and they're trying to make it like perfect for the 250th celebration on July 4th. Bro, I just got such a kick out of it because I just opened my pool, and last year I fought my pool all year long. Like I just couldn't. I put the chlorine in the shock, and I just couldn't ever get it right. And so this year I had a guy take care of it for me. The same guy opens my pool. I was also like, "Can you stay and vacuum it and clean it and all that shit?" And he got it like crystal clear like in a second. But I'm thinking about I poured so much into my pool. And then there's footage of these guys. The reflection pool is like 1 million gallons of water or something crazy. And they just have like a bottle of like chlorine. They're like, lump, 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 lump. And there's a shot of this guy. It looks like a gallon of milk, and he's just pouring it in. And they zoom out of him, and you see how big it is, and it's like, what the fuck? And then the bottom is peeling, and it's just like. They've spent like $10 million on this pool to make it look pretty.
It's like the perfect example of all of this. It's like people lying about what's actually happening, people getting too upset about why.
It's the pool. Who cares? Yeah.
You're like, this is the perfect example. Like it is kind of. It's a whole fucking thing. But the motorbike stuff and all the UFC stuff, I thought was like such a perfect juxtaposition of I guess patriotism, where like. It was the Drake meme, where like everything from UFC 250, I was like, oh god, I hate that patriotism. And then everything from World Cup, I was like,
rock on,
fuck yeah, dude.
Because that's real. That's real versus performative.
Yeah.
You know. I will say, I think the UFC does the motocross shit like everywhere they go.
I have no idea.
I feel like that's part of like their weekend. Like when they have a pay-per-view, they'll also do. I might be making this up, but I could just see that that's a big crossover. The Venn diagram of if you like UFC and motocross. So that might be what they do, and they're like. We're doing this at the White House. Yeah. But I think maybe a little bit of like, we didn't need Nitro Circus, Travis Pastrana, X Games at the White House. But then flip side, like I did see Shane being like, that's what made me go. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm sure there were people who were like, that's awesome. But it was, like that was like American politics. This is like American people.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like you're just talking about our food and our culture and our people, whereas this is like, look at us and our government. Fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, we can wrap it up. I'm sure we could keep talking forever, but podcast has to end eventually. But yeah, I guess let us know. We'll start making the list.
Yeah, maybe
we'll make
send
the list.
In,
the fans will
send
make the
in
list.
lists if you think something makes the list. But
I feel like if we could do like obvious like if you like get caught in a tornado like and like almost die like that's immediate.
That in Chicago last week.
Well, I mean, if he ever gets caught in a tornado and dies, we're doing a whole thing.
We're gonna do a funeral.
I mean,
that's a new career for you guys. We're gonna milk that one.
What was it? It was you'll never die in a tornado and you'll never
intervention.
Right, never be part of an intervention.
Never die in tornadoes, never be homeless, never be involved in an intervention, never get horny in a rage room, and never let anyone see your butthole far.
Well, that's just like that's first of all, that's wrong.
We can cross that one on the list.
I don't remember when I said that one. That one's been wrong for a while. But I think that was back when I would like after sex I'd get dressed all dainty.
Do squat. Yeah. The fact that this man just read off, you'll never see my butthole, and I immediately went, John gets dressed dainty after he has sex. Like that was like we know entirely too much. I knew exactly that you were gonna do the squat.
Bro, I used the word dainty because I was like, Kevin will remember dainty.
My like notes page is still just like littered with it's like cut butthole section.
What a pod. What a great franchise.
Oh, miss you guys.
Now, what happens if like a million people watch this episode?
I think a million's
back
a
on.
number. A million's a number.
All right. How about this for us and the audience? If this does 1 million views, the podcast resumes. See you guys in. We'll do it quarterly. This will be like once a month. Once every 3 months we'll do it. We'll see you guys soon.